Here's Jay Leno's buddy, Howard Stern. Hey, everybody, what's happening? Yeah. Hey, now. What's happening? Hey, now. 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 Good morning. We got a big show for you. Hey, now. Yes, I'll get to the Prince press conference. Chuck Norris will be calling in. We'll find out whether or not he's trying to have his vasectomy reversed. Kid Rock stopping by today. And a whole bunch of other things going on. And we have a new TV show for you this week on Saturday night as well, which I'll tell you more about. And we have so many things coming up in the next couple of weeks. You must listen. You must. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play you some startling tape of John Benet Ramsey's parents backwards, and you will hear things that you never before have heard.
Marbles backwards.
Full confessions. Fantastic information will be revealed right here on this show. In fact, I'm going to bring in a pile of tapes for you to hear next. It's going to blow your mind. I have the proof right here. I don't care what anyone says. Did you watch the season finale of Friends?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of it?
Well, I was disappointed because I was expecting what you said was going to happen.
Right. No, they did the right thing. You at least had the full... I thought it was a very good episode.
It was. It was, you know, I was like, well, wait a minute. I thought Howard knew something. This isn't going the way he said it all. There's a conclusion.
There is a conclusion, and I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the TV set the whole time going, at least they didn't do that. You know, you expected that there'd be some confusion as to whether she'd want to marry Tom Selleck, who, by the way, looks like a train hit him.
I was going to say, what happened to him?
No, but...
Wasn't he supposed to be a good-looking guy?
I don't know, but he should have... his pants are up way too high. They're almost on his nipples.
What
right?
is he trying to hide?
I don't know, but I think Walter Matthau wears his pants lower.
Turn him into Matthau.
Yeah. Like, what's wrong with this picture?
Plenty.
Everybody, you know, you're supposed to get hot for this guy, and it's like, well, of course he's going to marry Chandler.
Yeah. Who would marry Tom Selleck? He's fighting gravity. He's in a war. He wants to have kids with her.
Gravity's winning.
The gift looks better than Tom Selleck at this point.
You know, he really has to throw in all that stuff now, because he's lost his looks.
Right. It's crazy. Very odd.
But Courtney Cox looked very good last night.
She looked hot. Yeah. Marriage is doing well with her.
It seems to be all right with her.
Yeah, she looks real good. I don't get the Jennifer Aniston thing. I'm the only guy who says that.
Really?
Yeah. With the hair and the...
So special?
No, I don't think she's special at all.
I don't either.
Thank you.
I don't like the hair. The hair is too long.
The hair is too long. It's in her face. She's constantly moving to the side.
It's all about the hair.
She can thin that nose a little. There's plenty of work that needs to be done
well,
there.
I think that's part of her appeal, though, that she's not drop-dead gorgeous.
Oh, then I should be appealing. And Jackie, you should be a sex symbol.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying it.
But you're absolutely right.
She's like the girl next door. You could get her.
Let us stay next door.
Well, I was on a plane with her. She looks a lot better in person. She has a nice little ass.
Yeah.
She was shaking that.
Little girl.
Yeah, she was shaking. Yeah, little girl. I like that. Yeah. Put her in a Cub Scout uniform. Well, the good news on TV, at least last night, was the Knicks didn't lose last night.
Well, they didn't play.
Oh, okay. That's good news. They're still in it.
Did you hear what happened to their cars? That was one of the funniest things. Their plane landed.
Right.
And the guy noticed some gravel. The pilot noticed some gravel on the runway, and he didn't want to hit it or get it sucked into the engine, so he turned off one of the engines on the plane, which meant he had to gun the other engine.
Yeah.
And when he added the power to the other engine, it blew their cars out of the parking.
It was a private plane?
Yeah.
And their cars were parked right by there?
Right by the, we're right in that little parking lot.
And their cars got blown away?
The Jeff Van Gundy car blew up and landed on Allen Houston's car.
Boy, they are losers, aren't they? They really are.
He wound up having to sleep in his office because he couldn't get home.
Oh, that's funny. Their cars are that close to the runway, huh?
Yeah.
Man.
Remember that time we took the plane to New Orleans?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like that close.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to park our cars right next to the plane.
Well,
but there were some cars. There's a little parking lot that was right there. So some people, I guess, have that privilege.
Wow.
And then your car gets blown away.
And you know what Jeff Van Gundy's quote was? I don't care about the goddamn car. I just care about the effing game.
Right.
Yeah, he said, I don't give a ass about the car. I wanted to win.
Right. Wow.
And the best quote was from Charlie Ward, who's very religious.
Yes.
He said, well, that's why the Lord blessed you with insurance.
Is that what he said?
Oh.
Charlie Ward should be religious. Because, like, all of a sudden he came to life.
Yeah, it must be God.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think God is on his side. Jay, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, Howard. I'm running for student council president, and I wanted to know if you could, like, make a speech for me over the announcements at school.
You're running for student council president.
Yes.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 11th. I'm a junior.
What school do you go to?
In Chamonix High School.
Where is that?
That's outside Philly.
You want me to make an announcement?
Like, over...
Supporting your campaign?
Yes.
All right, and what are you going to do for the school if you win?
Well, like, decrease the cost of activities, you know.
Go ahead.
Just get kids involved and stuff, and, you know, just basically, like, increase school spirit. Because we have a bunch of kids, you know, like, nobody really goes to basketball games and stuff. And
so in other words, what you're saying is that it's really a powerless position, that the school holds all the cards, but the one thing that you could do is perhaps increase school spirit.
Yeah, basically.
And make people feel better about their school. In other words, you would take this seriously?
Yeah, of course.
All right. And you wouldn't just get in office and put it on your resume because you want to get into a good college?
No, it's not that.
All right. So how do you increase school spirit?
Well, basically, you know, just like, I don't know, I'm like pretty much I'm an outgoing person.
Are you a popular kid at school?
Fairly. I'm not like the most popular.
Right. You're not in with the A-list crowd, but you're not a loser.
Correct.
Would you embrace the losers? Would you? Because they're the ones that need a strong student council president.
Yeah. Well, I'm in like most of the smart classes, so I like.
So you know the geeks and the nerds.
Yeah.
Right. You know the geeks and the nerds.
Correct.
And you feel that as a president of the student council, you could include the geeks and nerds into your decision-making process?
Of course.
And how would you help them get integrated into the school?
Well, basically, you know, just get stuff for them to do. You know, like activities like homecoming.
You would involve the geeks in homecoming? How could you get the geeks involved in homecoming? I'm serious. I'm not taking your candidacy lightly, and I'm thinking about endorsing you. But I have to know the answers to these questions.
Well, you know, work the booths, like the senior booths.
You would.
Homecoming.
So in other words, where the geeks and the nerds would be ignored in the past, they would get to work the booths.
Yes.
Right. But don't you think that would single out the geeks and the nerds? Like, there's the nerdy.
You keep people away from the booths.
Right.
Well, no, not so much, because then I can like integrate some of my friends.
Right.
So
in other words, it'd be a mix of people working the booth.
The good people with the nerds.
Do you feel you're close enough to the A-list kids to get them in the booth with the geeks and nerds?
Yeah, well, like I hang out with them on the weekends too and stuff. You know,
you do.
Talk with them.
Right. So you're one of those guys that floats in between the A crowd and the loser crowd.
Yeah, like I'm friends like with the kids like in the A crowd, but then I have classes with the geeks and the nerds.
And who are you running against? How many candidates?
There's 4 others.
All right. And
what are their platforms?
Yeah, I can't ask you to express their platforms. I'd probably need a debate where I endorsed, but
They didn't call though.
They didn't call. You thought to call. You seem like a good guy. You're a listener of mine.
Yes.
As far as I know, they don't listen.
No, I don't think so. And plus, I use like Beetlejuice in my campaign.
You do use Beetlejuice.
Ooh, I have a picture of him from the internet in a Santa Claus hat.
Yes, I know the picture.
And it says like Jay Rosick sat on Beetlejuice's lap. People are going crazy for it.
They love it.
Yes.
All right, I'm prepared to endorse you.
Okay.
Endorse your candidacy. You seem like a serious candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you want me to make this announcement?
Well, we're allotted 30 seconds to like talk on a loudspeaker over the school.
Would you want me to record an announcement right now? Could you have a tape recorder?
I don't have it. If you give me a couple minutes, I can.
All right. I tell you what,
you could make a tape for him. You know, you could do something here and start the tape.
All right. Would you like me to send you the tape? Would that be easier?
Would it be possible if I could call you at school, do you think, and then like just hold the phone up to the speaker? Would that work?
What time are you due to make your announcement?
Approximately like 7:15 or so.
7:15 this morning?
Yes.
I would do that.
That's okay.
I would be prepared to make my announcement endorsing your candidacy for the school.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Let me ask him something. Do you need permission for this?
I'm probably, but I really don't think there's. If I just said there's like a celebrity.
Well, I would endorse you in a serious.
You might make it as president, but you'll be out of the school.
I would endorse you in a serious manner. I would not do any kind of penis jokes. I would get on the loudspeaker, and here's what I'd say.
You would be audience appropriate.
Let me clear it with you first.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what I would say, and you can tell this to the principal. All right, I'm not going to lie at the press conference. I would just say the following. Jay, what is your last name?
Rosnick.
Rosnick?
Yes.
You're the Yid?
What? Nah.
What are you, Polak?
Like German.
German? Like German.
Like German.
You're not gay, are you?
No.
All right, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. If you are, you are. That's it.
It might help.
I'm just looking for an angle. Well, here's what I'd say. As well as I know Jay, I could see he's a mediocre guy. He's not. No, here's what I would say.
Okay.
I'd say he smells good. Do you smell good?
Yeah, I smell good.
Oh, you're a good-looking guy.
I'm not bad looking. I'm not Brad Pitt, but, I'm average, I guess you'd say.
Okay. All right.
Here's Jay.
Here I go. Here's what I would say at 7:15 if you put me on the loudspeaker. All right?
Okay.
I would say, hello, my friends. I realize I have 30 seconds to speak about the candidacy of Jay Rosnick. As far as I can tell, Jay Rosnick is a good human being. He's never done anything wrong. I haven't done an extensive background check. I'll leave that up to you. But Jay's a bright guy. I see the primary thing that a candidate must promise you is to raise school spirit, because you know as well as I do, the school president does not get to do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a guy who was smart enough to call my radio show and get my endorsement as a campaign kind of trick, and I think that's very witty. This is the kind of thing that's going to encourage school spirit. I don't see any of the other candidates doing this. Now, I'll tell you a few things I know about him. He smells good, and he's not a geek, but he's not a football player or the prom queen. He's a regular guy. And that's what you want. Believe me, if you got a guy who's having too much fun in high school, he's never going to pay attention to his candidacy or his office. And if he's a geek or a nerd, he's going to be like Columbine on you and going to want revenge.
Oh my God! You better not say Columbine.
All right, I won't say Columbine. All right, he might go. He might be angry. Okay. Seems to be a go-getter. Got a fire under his ass, and he seems like he's ready to work for you. So, having said that, I'm winding up. Having said that, I will endorse the candidacy of Jay Rosnick and encourage all of my friends to do so. Now, I'm way too big a celebrity to be doing this.
Howard, you're the man.
All right, now, you got to get me
on the air.
That's your problem.
Okay, yeah.
All right, you can assure the principal that I won't do too many outlandish jokes.
Okay, yeah.
I would like to also throw in a plug for my CBS television show, which will air tomorrow night.
Sure, no problem.
May.
You want the high school to watch?
Yes, I do. Because we got a great show. We have the Extreme Fan Challenge with Big Black White Rapper and Bobo. We got the best ass in America. And I also think you're going to love this Fanatic segment with Gary Delabate.
Okay.
All right, I might throw in a plug. I don't know.
All right, yeah.
Jay doesn't want you to forget him in your speech.
Give me some more personal information. Do you watch?
Oh, yeah.
There's never skid marks in your underpants?
No.
Do you love your mom?
Of course.
You do.
What organizations at the school do you belong to?
I'm in the Stad Save. I'm on the basketball team. Scholars Bowl, and History Club.
How are some of those senior chicks? You think I could throw in a plug for the fact that I'm single now?
Yeah, there's a couple of nice ones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I might also throw in that in 2 years I might be looking for a date with one of these girls.
Give him a couple of names.
Give me a couple of names.
You want some names?
That's all right. I don't need that. Just tell the cheerleader to send pictures to CBS Radio, and I'll get them. All right. Jay, how do you want me to work this? Do you want me to put you on hold and it'll give you a special number to call into?
Yeah, I guess that probably works best.
Yeah, all right. Okay, hold on. And at 7:15, I'll be prepared to endorse you.
All right, thank you so much, Howard.
And good luck.
Thanks.
Well, there it is.
You know the kid will be thrown out of school.
Here's a kid who, no, I'm going to do it seriously. I'm not going to get him in trouble.
All they have to do is hear your name now.
Why can't he be a normal kid and just go drinking and try and get laid?
No, not everybody else.
Well, listen, I could say that too in my speech. Most kids who are in Jay's category in high school usually end up being heavy alcoholics. Yeah. Like Uncle Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie was so drunk he doesn't even remember who.
I was no geek.
Never ran for anything. It was too
All right.
I ran for the beer truck. Can't fight you.
Well, I will be prepared to give my endorsement. But I must take a break now, Robin. And when we come back, I have a lot to get through. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Melissa Gilbert, and you're listening to Howard Stern, my friend of 10 years, even though I don't really listen to the show.
The man who stands between Jackie Martin.
This is terrible. This is terrible.
All right. If you want to win that $1 million, please go to jackpot.com. We're giving away $1 million right here on this show. And in order to become a finalist, you got to go to jackpot.com, play the slot machine. There are 5 finalists who will come in here and compete to win $1 million. At jackpot.com, one spin will change your life. I can't believe we have $1 million to give away. As a matter of fact, you know, for so long we've been goofing on the show Millionaire because we were playing Turkish Millionaire, and I got this article in the newspaper. I'll show you how ripped off this radio program is, and bear with me for 1 second here as I explain. There was a group of disc jockeys, and maybe I even have the article here. I think I do. I'm not making this crap up. There's a bunch of disc jockeys in Shreveport, Louisiana. And as far as I know, we're not on in Shreveport, Louisiana. Our TV show is not on in Shreveport. Our radio show is not on in Shreveport. Clear Channel station KIT FM in Shreveport, Louisiana thought it was a clever parody of the hit ABTV game show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? But the FCC thinks otherwise. The Millionaire Monday contest ran in February, and John Richard McCrae was a listener contestant who won $1 million. The million was 1 million Turkish lira instead of $1 million US. So they ripped off our, you know, Who Wants to Be a Turkish Millionaire. Except these idiots, in ripping us off, said they were giving away $1 million.
Stupid.
And fooled the audience. That we said, we always, you know, when we do the bet, we always say we're giving away $1 million Turkish dollars. Yeah. But the idiots who listen to this show and copy it, put their own spin on it.
And it usually gets them into trouble.
So the FCC fined them because they failed to disclose the nature and true value of the prize.
That poor guy really thought he won $1 million.
Yeah, so some listener thought he won $1 million, and the FCC forced him to pay $4,000. They should have been forced to pay $1 million.
Had to pay the whole $1 million.
Yeah.
The poor guy only got $1.98 or something.
Yeah. What are you going to do? So there it is. I love it because so many people just rip this show off, and you know it, and I know it. We all know it.
None of the money comes to us.
Yeah. No, none of it ever goes to us.
Divine retribution.
Exactly. You know, Gary came in this morning, Baba Booey, and said to me, he said, you know, Kevin Bacon has a new movie coming out, which is called Hollow Man. I saw the trailer for it.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's way cool. It's like an Invisible Man thing, but it looks like they might be doing it right.
Yeah, but he looks like he's evil.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Because, like, you know, I always said, hey, if I ever became invisible, that would be cool. I do cool stuff. And this guy definitely digs being invisible. Yeah. It's not like the Invisible Man who was like, the original Invisible Man movie was like, oh, my God, I can't see myself. You can't see yourself perfect. Go have some fun. And this guy looks like even...
most of the time wrapped up in that mummy stuff so you can see him.
I know, and the Kevin Bacon in this movie appears to always be invisible, looking at naked chicks.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Like, chicks open up their door and they hear something breeze by and they're like...
They don't know that he's actually in there with them.
And then I think when they go to sleep, he gets on top of them. I mean, that's
like
dark.
An entity.
Right. I dig it.
Take it
Hey, Howard?
Yeah.
I was reading an article about the movie. There's supposedly a rape scene in the movie that they're trying to decide whether they're even going to let them keep in the movie.
Leave it in because this is...
There's nobody there.
Yeah, and also, this is what makes a movie good. It's dark. They're crazy in Hollywood. They try to sanitize everything. So, anyway, the movie, though, that Kevin Bacon was in, it was in the theaters. It was called My Dog Skip. It's like a kid's movie. And, you know, Gary said, hey, are you going to take your daughter to My Dog Skip? I said, I don't know. Why wouldn't I? Because if people say the movie terrorizes because your kid needs psychoanalysis.
You're hearing such good things about the movie, really.
Well, evidently, at the end of the movie, I don't think I'm giving away any big secret. The dog dies.
Oh, God.
And evidently these kids come out of there traumatized. Gary, who did you say whose kid went to the movie and they had to, like, take him out for ice cream and calm him down for, like...
Well, our program director said he took his son, and the kid was crying and had to take him out for ice cream and calm him down. But Stuttering John said that, you know, his wife took, you know, their kid, and The kid was okay, but John's wife was pretty traumatized by it.
Yeah.
Well, she was bumming out because she wasn't sure how the kid was going to react.
Right. It's like one of those movies where you go, oh my God.
You come out with a problem.
Now the movie that's getting unbelievable reviews this morning is the movie Dinosaur, which I'm anxious to see.
That looks like good special effects.
Yeah, it looks very cool. And someone said to me, Tony Coburn said to me, are you going to take your youngest daughter to see Dinosaur? Because evidently it's very scary. The dinosaurs eat a lot of people.
You know,
really?
Yeah, but you know what's horrible about this? Because you take a kid to a G-rated film, and in the trailers they play dinosaur.
Right.
So you have these which is bad enough, and now they said the movie's so violent. So I was gonna go, but it's PG. And
what is he saying?
I think he's saying it gets your kid revved up to want to see it in the trailer,
and now I hear
and then you can't because it's
too violent.
I don't know, my daughter, my 7-year-old, seems to.
She weathers the storm.
She weathers the storm. She seems to know it's a movie, but some kids don't.
But you know, Howard, even these like Disney films like The Lion King. I mean,
I'm surprised Flintstones didn't do better. My kid loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved it. I mean,
people that got good notices. I
know.
was shocked.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it was one of those movies like I wouldn't go see if I didn't have a kid,
Right,
but
because I can't make myself go see it.
But if you got kids, I mean, it's a perfect time killer. I mean it.
Good enough that even you can watch.
Yeah, like you're not bumming out like, oh wow, I'm wasting my day.
When will this be over?
Yeah, that's what that's the X factor. The parents can go with the kids and not bum out. So, what are you saying? No to Dinosaur?
No way. I'm not gonna run.
I didn't know. I thought these were cute dinosaurs. The dinosaurs are actually eating people.
Well, no, they're not eating people. But there's there's some angry dinosaurs, and like
didn't the kids learn to stay away from dinosaurs?
And then an asteroid hits the Earth, and they all got us,
Well, don't tell me the story.
Well, that's in it. It's not the story, dude. That's something like that.
Really, I didn't know that about an asteroid. No,
I know that
it's in the trailer, Howard.
I don't care.
Even if the movie doesn't do anything else, most of these movies have you losing a parent or something.
Right.
And that's, I think, the same premise of Dinosaur.
Most kids want their parents eaten by dinosaurs.
Absolutely.
I know. I had a fantasy when I was a kid.
Even in
yes, seem reasonable. Of course you're going to have a good life. Your parents are.
Doesn't seem like a nightmare to me. I don't know.
The Lion King, the dad dies.
Right.
In Tarzan, a baby gorilla dies.
Yeah, I know. I've seen all those.
Yeah, but it's like
every minute.
Somebody dies in all these things.
Because it's a cheap way to get to the kids.
When I took my son to see The Lion King, it was like no big deal, but it was sort of strange. He's like, well, what happened to his father? When's he coming back? And I'm like, well, he's not.
What's your son, Dim? He doesn't know?
Baba Booey Jr.?
3.5.
All right.
There's no such thing as Baba Booey Jr. because there's no Baba Booey.
At home, there's no Baba Booey. It's Gary. Dad and duty. Dada duty. So
it's tough. Those are weird questions to try to answer for your kid, but you got to deal with it. It's life.
That's life. It's life in the theater, anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Taking kids to see stuff. You know what was a cool movie that I don't think had any dying in it? It was like Iron Giant.
That's great.
That's great. Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
Did you see Iron Giant?
No, I still have it on DVD.
You must watch it. It's great.
See, there's another one. I got that it's a kid's movie in my head.
You'll like it.
Right.
It's really well done.
Toy Story 2 was the best kids movie. Did you see that?
Toy Story 2? I never saw that.
Oh, God.
Do they have that out on tape?
It's by far the best out of all the...
Really?
Yeah.
They have it on tape?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think it's...
No, Howard, it's so good.
I would turn to my son.
Allison got to take Ashley to that one. We rushed to see who can get to the movies first.
You don't even split the film.
Yeah, right. I go, Ashley, Daddy's going to take you to see Toy Story 2. Mommy took me already. Well, let's go to museum.
Quick, Stuart Little, quick.
All right, I can get a Stuart Little screening. Anything.
Get on the phone.
Yeah, come on. Somebody help me.
I've been turning my kids on to Three Stooges and Little Rascals. I've been showing them a lot of Three Stooges.
Oh, yeah, they like it?
Yeah,
they're boys. I don't think my daughters never got into it with me.
Yeah, Three Stooges is tough for girls.
I'm telling you, even like
girls don't get Three Stooges.
Even a 4-year-old boy is like riveted to the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Guy thing.
Oh, me, my dad, we bonded over the best moments in my life. We're watching the Three Stooges and Tarzan with my dad and Abbott and Costello. And Munsters and Addams Family. Those are the top
five.
Those
are the things that you actually got along with your father.
Yeah, like we would sit there and stare at the TV, and he would be very, very happy.
Yeah, he'd be pleased.
Yeah, and he wouldn't be yelling.
It's weird because when your dad said that last week, like I know your dad considers himself an intelligent guy and he likes to read the New York Times. I wouldn't think he was a Stooges fan, and when I heard he recorded 12 hours of the Stooges, I guess it's just a man.
I know.
It is.
My father loves the Stooges. And like he would just like sit there and instruct me, now Mo, Well, it's very good because as I understand.
Analyze.
Yeah, he just
He kept them in line.
Listen, no shumps. They even like my dad didn't get actually that analytical. He'd watch anything Three Stooges. He'd watch.
That kept him quiet.
Yeah, the original Three Stooges stuff, not the later Curly Joe Besser.
Yeah.
And Abbott and Costello, of course, which is the funniest TV show with Mr. Fields and all that. That was
Really? I don't remember any of it.
Stinky. Oh Christ, that stuff ruled.
Hillary.
Yeah, but then Munsters was a slam dunk. My dad wouldn't yell at me.
Adam's Family?
Adam's Family. Adam's Family, my father considers the best television show in the history of
Adam's
television.
Family or Monsters? Which is a better show?
Adam's Family, my father.
Really?
Yeah, my father. For me, Munsters.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
How about the Little
That's the
Rascals?
generation.
But I mean, they are very close in terms of how great they are. What?
Little Rascals, you guys didn't know?
Little Rascals I was into, but not my dad.
You know what's weird? My nieces and nephews were over, and they'd seen the Little Rascals movie. You know, the new...
Oh, that horrible Little Rascals?
So I showed them some of the old Little Rascals. They were, like, angry at me.
Yeah.
They're like, these are boring, and they're black and white, and they're really...
Really?
They go, these aren't the Little Rascals. I'm like, no, they are.
Wow.
Because that movie was awful.
You know what's funny about that movie? I was once sitting in the office of Roger King who told me this? The guy from King World.
Right.
And one of the first movies he ever produced was The Little Rascals.
I didn't know he produced.
When you hear him talk about how difficult it was to get the Little Rascals on screen, you want to turn to him and say, but dude, it sucked. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he didn't want to.
It was horrible.
He didn't want to hear it.
It was so bad.
It was so. He worked so hard on it. When you hear him talking about it, you would have thought it deserved an Academy Award. It was funny listening to him. And I'm going to myself, gee, why putting in all that effort?
Take the day off.
Yeah, it's like go home. Go home to the kids.
Really?
Forget about the Little Rascals. But that was his burning passion to make the Little Rascals movie.
Well,
He
he
like
didn't do any justice.
He didn't use like real kids. He used like actor kids.
Yeah.
And it was watered down.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
so
totally watered down.
nice and pretty.
The essence of the Little Rascals was those kids were all such losers.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what's funny about it, too? When you watch the old ones, like, those kids really couldn't act, so you could see them looking off screen, waiting for a
Right,
line.
waiting for their
But
lines
that's
and all
funny.
that stuff.
You know what else me and my dad would watch and he wouldn't yell? My dad yelled at me a lot or just ignored me. But one of the things he would allow me to share with him was the Bowery Boys.
That was
those
great.
are great.
Those are great.
Howard, that's a very New York thing. Like, if you talk to somebody from the West Coast,
They don't get it?
They don't
Really?
get it, 'cause it was on Channel 5 every Sunday for like our whole life.
Satch and Louis.
And
remember Louis?
Louis was Slip's real dad.
That's right. That's right. Good piece of trivia there.
Was he the soda jerk?
Yep.
That's right. Louis Dabrowski.
Yep.
What other kind of things did your dad like yell at you about besides the things that we've heard? Like,
everything.
I mean,
everything. He didn't like.
Just yelled constantly.
My dad doesn't understand children. Like, he doesn't understand that it's okay for a child to act like a child.
No patience.
Yeah. So anything that is dopey or considered frivolous, my father doesn't. So a child, anything childlike.
I have no time.
Well, I noticed that because in your life, I noticed that there's...
And I was very childlike. I mean, I'm childish to this day.
But I noticed that, like, there's no such thing as leisure in your life for a long time. Like, would you ever take a Sunday afternoon and say, you know what, man, I'm just going to lay around and watch the Knicks game?
Never.
Lay around.
Never, because I would have been ridiculed.
Like, even when I'd go to your house sometimes and watch the Knicks game, it was while you were doing something else.
Right.
Like, I'll be working on this and we'll leave the game on.
Right. Yeah, always.
No leisure.
Multitasking.
Yeah, but there's no leisure. There's no just sitting around for the sake of.
Yeah, well, that's changing. I'm starting to learn to relax.
Yeah.
Trying to let go.
Trying to relax. It's almost over.
Yeah, he's learning to relax.
I'm trying to learn how to relax.
That's one of the easiest things to do. He's having trouble with it. He needs it.
Alcohol is helping a lot. To be honest, I had about 3 glasses of wine last night. I was very relaxed.
18 years of it.
Yeah, right. You were right about that alcohol.
He doesn't need alcohol to relax.
Right.
He's got a relaxed brain. At the...
You don't always have to rely on alcohol. There's always pot.
You're learning now what Jackie and his whole family learned at 8.
I know.
On your communion, they get you drunk in it.
I know.
Hey, they took a baby bottle. What do you think?
Yeah. So, but no, you know,
That formula.
I never got the enjoyment even of like a meal or something like that. You know what I mean?
Like you sit at the meal.
Eat a good meal. I would just always eat fast so I could get back to work.
Stressful.
Yeah, everything. But now I understand going out to dinner, spending a couple hours eating. I understand stuff like that now, somewhat. Yeah. But I just remember watching those TV shows, and my dad would lighten up for a few minutes.
So you'd watch the Bowery Boys with him, and that was cool.
Yeah,
That's good.
Bowery Boys. And he'd be all happy. If he was happy, I was happy.
Yeah, if he laughed a second or two after the show, that was a good.
I was always shocked when my dad would laugh at these crazy antics. Because I'd say, man, maybe he's an all right guy.
Well, when I do that, he screams.
Yeah, if I did any of the Bowery Boys stuff, he would yell.
Right.
No, but they do it in a professional manner.
Oh, God.
They do it in a professional way. You're just doing it to be silly and to cause me. Yeah, you don't have any training in acrobatics or any of these things.
Like they did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
If he had one of those kids as a kid, he'd have lost his mind.
Oh, right.
He never made it to show business.
Oh, my dad came from work. I was shaking my pants.
Was it like you never knew what the mood was going to be, or were you?
Oh, I knew what the mood was going to be. No, you always knew. You always knew it was a bad mood. It was all foul. He'd sit down. He'd get home at 7 o'clock. He took the subway and the train for 2 hours. He'd sit down. And then it was like my mother go, Howard, your father's son come sit at the table.
Did he get it home at the same time every day, like clockwork?
Yeah. And he always stunk because he was hungry from not eating and then being on the subway. And
now, there was
a routine. He'd walk in the door, he'd hang up his coat. He would go upstairs and quickly change. Then he would walk downstairs to the kitchen.
What was his casual outfit? What did he change?
When did the Rob Roy come into play?
That was for a couple of years. That was a phase.
But what was his, like he got out of his work clothes, which was probably a suit or something. And what did he get in?
I don't know. I don't even remember. Just like something. I don't know. Maybe sometimes he even kept his clothes on because he was so hungry.
Just loosened the tie or something.
My father has one color in his whole wardrobe, which is about as brown.
Right.
So my father would wear
the worst color.
Double knit pants and shoes and like a shirt, a button-up shirt, and then my father would come home and he would change and he would wear a different pair of double knit pants and a different pair of the same shoes.
Right.
Yeah, and that was his casual.
Yeah, right. He had casual brown and my dad too.
My father cut the lawn in double knits and shoes.
Yeah, my dad cut the lawn in Bermuda shorts, big black socks that came up to his knees, and shoes and a pipe. Wow. He was what a cool dad. You had to see what this looked like. Then like he'd sit down, and then my mother would call me to the table because she wanted to get me yelled at instead of her.
She's splitting it down.
Yeah. So we sit down.
Give him a target.
Did your dad yell at your mom?
Yeah, like about the food or something?
Yeah, but it was all displaced anger. It was really between them, but I was the one who caught all the crap.
But would he ever say, Ray, you know I don't like chicken?
Well, if he'd start in, I'd get uncomfortable if he started in with my mother, so I'd say something stupid, then he'd go, shut up, you stupid ass, you shut up. And then I feel like I was protecting my mother from the onslaught.
It didn't ever dawn on you after like a year that to just shut up, to actually shut up?
No, I would never shut up. I would never shut up.
Did your sister get yelled at as well?
No. She was daddy's little girl.
I haven't heard a wrong.
She couldn't handle it.
I have never heard a wrong thing your sister did in the whole life.
No. My sister, my mom, that's another story. But
she got a break.
Yeah, no, my dad was like my dad's old school, so I'd be like, oh, she's a girl. Who cares? As long as she tries.
She'll get married by 20.
Right, exactly. Believe me, if she goes to typing school, she'll be fine.
Him, I got to make sure.
Him, stupid.
Him, I've got to beat into some.
Yeah, he must be broken.
You needed to be molded.
I needed to be molded by him.
Yeah, you were a mess.
Yeah.
You needed to be.
But no, my dad would sit down, and then like he'd want to discuss his day with my mother. My mother would ask questions, and then I would just go. So I'd be listening. So I'd ask a question like, oh yeah, so how's your partner? Shut up! You're busting me. You're busting my balls.
You know what's funny to me? And he really thought you were goofing on him. At 5 or 6.
He thought he was trying to get under my skin. And I wasn't.
He couldn't have been a little kid who wanted to know what your father was like.
My father was like, he has no real interest. He's asking questions just to ask questions. Because then he'd have to explain to my mom. He never explained to me why he was mad. He's just asking these questions to get under my skin.
Oh,
what is your mom doing?
You two. My mother would never yell at my father. She goes, you too. You must. You two are so silly. Like I'm being silly. Right. Like I'm the adult.
Instead of, hey, Ben, leave the guy.
Yeah, right. Hey, Ben, come over here. I smack you over the head with
it. Well, you could even hear it on some of the tapes. She looks at Howard when Ben's screaming, goes, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, double team. She's my protector. What's wrong with you? And then maybe under her breath, you too. But it was directed at me, because my father went, this shade.
So I say, don't worry, Howard. Sometimes, Daddy's in a bad mood.
Once in a while, my mom would pull me onto the couch and tell me what a special little boy I was.
But it wasn't in relation to what was going on with your father.
Yeah, but it was.
She was trying to deflect.
Who knows?
Trying to make up for some of the battering.
Alternately, I was either the most special little boy or the biggest asswipe on the planet every day.
In the same moment you could be.
Yeah, in the same moment, literally within 5 minutes. I'd start twitching around 4 p.m. and hit the chocolate cookies and milk.
You could start off as the most special little boy and wind up the goat.
Yeah. The best was when my dad wanted me to, they would discuss in front of me that I was no good at household chores. He doesn't clean his room. Clean his room? I asked him to mow the lawn. He can't even do that. That's stupid. You want to make money? You can't even mow a lawn. I asked him to mow the lawn. He's stupid. He doesn't mow it straight. I'll go out and do it. Masculating.
You know, there's comedians who used to do a joke about how your a sibling or a relative's old when they start talking in front of you like you're not there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're talking about you like you're a retard.
Yeah, like you're a retard.
You can't hear.
Howard doesn't know anything.
And then my parents could speak Yiddish, and they'd start talking about me in Yiddish. I'd be like,
As soon as they go into the language, you know it's about you.
Oh, yeah. And I go, well, what are you two saying about it?
It's so horrible.
And then bad stuff would happen after they spoke.
It's so horrible. They couldn't even say it in English.
Yeah. And then I must have been bad in the car or something, because my dad would always say, get out of the car. We're going to park here on the Southern State Parkway. Just leave you here.
What?
So I go, well, what do you mean you're going to leave me? He goes, get out. I don't want you in the car.
They didn't make you get out of the car.
No, they didn't make me get up. They said they're going to pull over. And
Yeah.
Did they
I used to have nightmares because I never thought I'd be able to get home.
Maybe you wouldn't be able to find your way.
Yeah.
That would be a lucky thing.
It wasn't fun. There was no picnic.
But do they remember these kind of things, or they don't?
Of course not.
Any of them?
Well, they're in denial.
Did he ever not? I know that he never did anything physical, but did he ever threaten you physically?
Oh, yeah.
Shut up or I'll smash your head in.
One day, my dad used to call everyone a schmo. I used to hear him called. That was his word. Ah, that guy's a schmo.
Yep.
My partner's a schmo. This one's a schmo. So one day, I was just kidding around with my dad, and I go, hey, you're a schmo. Because I didn't know what it meant. Oh, boy, that was it.
You didn't.
He came running after me with his fist. Shot me right in the ass.
And then when I ran into the bathroom and locked the door, he couldn't get me.
I ran into the bathroom and locked the door. He couldn't get to me. He was just pounding on the door. About a half hour.
I did that once.
Calm down.
I did that once. My old man put the, you know those doors in the newer houses in the 60s were really cheap?
Yeah, they were hardly doors.
They were hardly doors. There were 2 pieces of balsa wood. So I was in there and I wouldn't come out, so the old man just punched right through the door.
Yeah.
Just put his arm right through it. Scared the crap out of me.
Wow.
I was in the fetal position, so he didn't.
And you know he wasn't angry with you. You know he was angry.
Well, there was a lot of anger, and you couldn't imagine that the little thing you just did created all that.
Oh, no, yeah. All that anger, man, I knew what was going on.
It had nothing to do with you, really.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I think he would have just yelled at my mom.
Well, his whole life. I mean, everything was eating at his butt.
Right, yeah. Everything was getting to him. I don't think he was all that happy with me. Let's be honest.
You were probably part of the reason he had to put up with all the other stuff. He didn't have to feed you.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Away from all that.
Yeah, you're right.
But you're like a freak of nature, because despite all the molding and everything, he probably never thought you were going to become a success.
Oh, no, when I sent him a tape of my college radio show, which sounded much like this, he freaked. He sent me a 7-page letter.
Yeah, because there were
rules. How bad I suck.
There were rules, and you abided by none of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's like, you do not speak in a serious way.
Did you say the letter?
There are long patches of
No, I was so crushed by it, I threw it away. But he was right. I did suck. I mean, he was right. I mean, I don't know.
But you were going for something different. Like
yeah. But I wasn't that professional. Like a couple of times I would say,
right.
And if I said, my dad would get really upset.
But did he say stuff like there's long patches of dead air and you're talking, you're making, talking about things you shouldn't talk about?
Well, no, he just thought I didn't sound professional. Which I didn't. Still don't. You know, let's be honest. But, you know, what are you going to do?
But he was wrong. He wasn't right.
Was he wrong?
He was wrong.
Well, he was right about some of the stuff, but, you know, it's kind of
He
harsh.
was right about the time that Howard changed. Everybody sounds like Howard now.
Exactly.
That's become professional.
Yeah.
He didn't know Howard was going to be a pioneer.
Oh, no, he said to me, you should go learn how to speak on the radio before you start trying to do funny stuff. Like, you know, like guys in clown cars. They're actually really good acrobats. So he was right in a sense.
Professional, thanks.
Yeah, he was like, you know, go out and be a professional announcer, and then you can do goofy things.
You don't even talk. You don't have a voice.
Very dopey.
What do you know?
Oh, no, thank God I became successful, because I'm going to tell you something. If I hadn't, I would have suffered the worst ridicule for the rest of my life. I would have been such a loser.
At this age.
No, I would have been dead. I would have killed myself.
What was
I would have killed myself.
At this age.
I know.
Where was the first place? What was the first place that you started doing the show, sort of as we know it today, like doing a comic show?
Well, when I got my first job, I did it in college radio.
Right, but I mean,
and then I stopped doing that, and then I went to Westchester, and I became on the air. You couldn't really do anything at Spin Records, but I was the production
production director. I used to do like really whacked out commercials.
But I'm saying, like, after that, when you started doing
Hartford.
Okay, so when you were in Hartford and you were getting paid to do it, did you send your dad tapes of it? Or did he know what you were doing? Like, what did he think of that?
I don't think I sent him tapes.
Do you think he was surprised?
I decided not to send him tapes.
Yeah. Do you think he was surprised somebody was paying you to do that?
Yeah, I think each job I got, he was shocked. He was more shocked. And then one day, I remember I was so proud of myself. I was working in Hartford. I was making $12,000. And I got, after being there for a couple of months, I got contacted to, they literally hired me. They flew in one night out of Detroit to hire me in Detroit. That's a big market.
People flying in to see you.
People were flying in. I called my dad. I go, these guys are flying in from Detroit. They want to hire me. What? I said, yeah, they're going to fly in. He goes, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'm going to meet with them. So I go in and meet with them literally that night, and they say, how much money you want? And I said, how much are you making here in Hartford? I said, $17,000. And I lied. It was Wally Clark and Dick Hungate.
How much were you really making?
12. And I'd asked Cy Dresner for a $25 a week raise. And he said he had to think about it. Yeah. That's what freaked me out. That's why I made a tape, and, I said, that's it. I'm going.
Comedy then, or are you straight?
No, I was doing comedy. I was a morning man.
So you told them you were making 17, and they offered
17. They offered me 28. And, and I double.
No, more.
And then I call my old man. Second, I get it. First I called my wife and told her. And she was like, Detroit, where's that? I was like, I don't know. They say it's north of Canada. Yeah, right. Which was weird. I didn't even tell her I had applied for the job because I didn't think,
You didn't want to be disappointed if nothing happened.
Yeah,
So what did your dad say?
So I called my dad. And I said, hey, Dad, guess what? These guys flew in. Told him, flew in, really? Well. And I said,
to see you?
And it was really cool. I told him that Wally Clark said, how much are you making now? I said, 17. Because that was good. And then Wally slipped me a piece of paper and said, here's what we think you should be making in Detroit. He slid it over. It was $28,000. I was like, out of my mind. $28,000.
What did your father say to that? That they bumped you up that
He
high?
couldn't believe it. And then I said, Dad, I'm pissed. I think I could have asked for 30.
Yeah.
He goes, call them. Tell them you made a mistake, that you can't take the job unless you get 30,000.
Really?
I did it, and it worked.
Yeah.
Wally gave me the 30.
They were still getting you for 15,000 more than they should have.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I got the 30 G's.
Wow. Good for Dad that he gave you that.
Oh, no, he gave me good advice. I don't want to paint my dad to be like a real mean guy. He gave me some good advice.
He's a mean guy, but he had good advice.
Yeah, he's a sensible, smart man.
He must have been thrilled.
Just doesn't like tolerating young little children.
He tells you to very loud.
Yeah, right.
When you did that and it worked, he must have been very happy with
See?
that.
Oh, yeah, see? I told you I couldn't negotiate.
I'm responsible.
I am responsible.
So Howard, now
I was just nervous my old man didn't know what he was talking about. I'd lose the job.
Does your father still do like any of these things that he did when you were a kid? He's still like,
Does he advise you?
Doesn't yet.
Not anymore.
Never.
I never discuss business with my father anymore. It's not necessary.
But he would never yell at you now.
I used to always call my father. The second I got any if I got a book deal, if I got anything, right on the phone to my father. Let him know.
Please. Just a few years ago, if Howard got sick and thought about not coming to work, he called his father.
Right.
And his father would get him right out of that bed.
I say, Dad, I'm sick. I don't think I go in. I always went in when I was sick.
Howard, that's a funny story. When you got fired at NBC, if you remember, they were supposed to fire you on a Friday, and there was a hurricane. And I'm talking about a bad one.
Right.
And I got to work, and the assistant program director said, Howard coming in today? And I said, probably. And he's like, call him, tell him not to come in. And I remember I called you, and I said, listen, they said, you don't have to come in today. And you go, I don't know. I spoke to my dad, and, it's not that bad. And it was like the worst hurricane in the history of the world.
My dad would be like, you have to go.
And I remember you giving me the whole job. You were almost repeating what your dad said to me. You're like, you know what? I made a commitment to those guys, and I got to be there.
Right. And meanwhile, they didn't want me coming in because they wanted to fire me.
Right. We were supposed to be fired, and all the people who were going to fire us stayed home.
And then I came in and I got in trouble. Something I did.
Well, when you came in, he looked like he saw a ghost. He was so sure you wouldn't make it in from Long Island.
And I did one of the worst shows I ever did at NBC that day.
Yeah, we called every single person who wasn't in at their home in Connecticut and told them how
all
much
those
they
people
sucked.
who were going to fire
I know what it was about. We had gotten wind of the fact that Soupy Sales was getting a syndicated show.
Oh, I went berserk.
You called everybody in the network.
Yeah, and I started screaming at the people in the network. I go, I'm the one here pitching a syndicated show. I'm the one who's innovating all this, and you're going to give it to Soupy Sales?
That's right. You went on a tirade.
I still could go into it.
You were out of control that day.
I was out of control that day.
We called the general manager at home.
And yelled at him.
And kept getting his answering machine, and finally he picked it up.
That's right.
Just to shut you up.
Right.
Steven here.
Guy sitting next to the answering machine.
I know.
Trying to pick it up.
But I don't know. I mean, you know, so I would always rush to call my dad.
Yeah.
Because to me it was like, you know, love me, daddy, love me, daddy.
Oh, you know, I don't want Daddy to be disappointed. So what would he do in this?
Yeah, and look how great I am, you know, daddy.
Let me ask you a question. If your father's sitting there, I don't think he's probably up yet, but if he's sitting there listening right now, is he smiling?
He's smiling.
Walking around going, he's rewriting history.
No. He knows the truth.
So he cops to all.
Oh yeah. Well, but he likes this part. He likes the part where he was involved with the $30,000.
The part where I helped.
Yeah. But remember.
And also, my parents feel they did a good job raising him. So whatever they did right.
Well,
now they're vindicated.
Right, in their eyes, you're a success. Right. How bad could they have been?
Exactly. But I'm a neurotic mess. Who, like my psychiatrist now wants me in there 4 days a week on the couch.
You know what? I was reading an article yesterday, and I started to bring it up, but we were getting really long, and it was about, you know, this kind of stuff, and it said chronic depression. Now, is that what you're suffering from?
I don't know. I've never been diagnosed.
No, they don't tell you. I just wondered if it was like the guy has ever told you that, yeah, you're clinically, chronically depressed. You're not
I don't know.
blue.
I took some internet survey said I'm bluer than blue.
I know, but that's one thing. I just wondered if the doctor said it, because now they're saying that it needs a combination of treatment, both the psychotherapy and drugs.
Yeah. The shrink said to me, it might be time. He says it might be time. No, not medication. He said it might be time for you to really get on the couch and let's get in.
Well, what have you been doing? You've been
if you go 3 days a week, they won't put you on the couch.
Really? You mean you would have to lie down now?
Yeah, you go minimally 4.
What's the significance of being on the couch?
And evidently, there's a whole thing. It's like you feel. People describe it as feeling more alone.
Is that like ICU? That's like the.
It's intensive. Yeah, but
I didn't know that you had to be going 4 days to lie down.
Yeah. I said, listen, I have 5 hours a day of Robin Quivers' assessments of me. I don't need.
I haven't assessed you in a long time. You're due.
I was like, then you were on the couch.
No, I'm not on the couch.
No, he's been sitting up.
Yeah, I don't want to lay on a couch.
You should lay on a couch because it's so
But he
uncomfortable
told
looking
you
at.
it's time.
I like looking at the guy.
But don't you feel weird when you tell them something and they just don't react?
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. Sometimes
I don't think they're listening.
Sometimes I tell them stuff just to see if they'll crack a smile.
I murdered.
They're wearing plugs in their ears.
I swear you can go, I murdered and raped my 5-year-old. And I go,
Plus, I've been staring at the couch. I don't think it's long enough for me.
Your legs were.
I need an extra. I'll have to custom make the couch.
But what do you feel about that? I mean, that he says it's time.
Well,
You're resisting?
Yeah, I am. I have a very busy life.
Yeah.
And the days that I don't have psychoanalysis, I get more done because I don't have to be around the schedule.
Well, there's a nice cop out.
Yes, it's a cop out, fine. But I don't want to.
Your life or your work?
No, but 3 days a week I feel is a big commitment. It's not like I'm avoiding it.
No, 4.
4 is too much. Robin, you're talking about almost every day of the week.
Yes, and you do other things every day of the week.
Robin, take away the weekends, and that's the whole week.
I mean, no.
It's an hour.
Can you do and you got to get there.
Hey, he's not coming from a long way away.
When I was in Catholic school, what they used to say to you was, this is a rap Robin's going for, you know, can you go to church? I go, no, I'm not spending an hour there. Hey, Jesus gave his life on the cross. Can you give back an hour?
Got it.
This is an hour for himself to get his life. He's talking about what a neurotic mess he is, and he's never happy. But he doesn't have time to get there.
Why? You feel that maybe he just wants more cash out of you? You know, like it's
that crossed my mind.
It crosses my mind.
But he's a pretty successful guy. I don't think he needs my. I mean,
yeah, whether you say or go.
Are you still covering like your upbringing, or are you into on
There's
new
no
subject?
other thing.
There's nothing else.
Isn't there a time
they don't let you get away from it? No, because it influences every aspect of your life.
There is no other thing that you're doing but working out your upbringing.
If you buy into psychoanalysis, all things stem from the brainwashing you received when you were young.
What do you think made John? He didn't get made yesterday.
Right.
Yeah. So why do you think you stutter? I mean,
I know exactly why.
But
why?
You don't stutter.
I just don't feel like saying it.
It's not genetic, is it?
Why do you stutter?
I just think I had
things in his childhood.
So there you go.
A lot of traumatic instances. But I'm saying,
I think you're just stupid.
It's actually the opposite.
Really, no,
Right, he's brilliant.
No, they say that. So many
Who's
they? Show me. Produce the person that tells you.
But isn't there a point? I mean, because in my mind, I'm going, you know, at some point, like, you just kind of just wash it away. And
oh, that's because you're stupid.
And that's why you're obsessive compulsive.
No, but I'm saying,
gone away.
Because you
watched it.
How do you wash things things away. You can't just say I'm going to wash things away.
No,
they're there.
Doesn't he like to say at some point you will get over this?
That's
what it is.
It's not getting over anything. It's not that I don't sit there traumatized. It's sitting and understanding yourself and your perception. It's not even necessarily.
He could have been in psychoanalysis. He doesn't
get it. Well, I think he was in like some psychology.
No. She was cured. I mean, allegedly, right?
She didn't say that. She felt she'd gone far enough.
I say I'm cured.
I've seen changes in Robin. I don't know that she's cured. Cured of what?
Well, I'm not saying she is, but I'm saying at some point, aren't you supposed to be done at some point?
You could be done whenever you want. He could be done right now.
I could end it now.
And I supposed to be better at some point, Robin.
If you want. It's all a choice.
So John made the choice, is what he's saying.
Well, no,
he hasn't made any choice. He quit.
John doesn't even seem to understand the basic premise.
I understand. I'm just saying, I'm asking you, you
keep saying to me, aren't you supposed to be done with this at some point?
Yeah, aren't you supposed to have a breakthrough, Robin, at some point?
I'm sure he's had breakthroughs.
I've had a lot of breakthroughs. I mean,
but Robin, isn't there going to be one that he's going to have? He's going to say,
"Oh man, what an epiphany!" No, John, it doesn't work that way.
So you think you're always going to be going?
No, it's like you go because you think that you need to go, or that there are things you can learn about yourself. You sound like my mom. My mom. You have new gurus. You're my mom. She hates that I'm in therapy.
Well, of course.
You have new guru. What's going on in that therapist's office? Too much self-reflection, too much inward.
It's got to be killing her, huh?
Oh, she hates it.
And every time she
I don't know why. Who would care what I'm doing?
Because it must be about her you're talking.
Right. If you're in there, she must not have done the correct job. Is how old you
are. But it's not that. It's my feelings about me.
But you know what? I know what you two guys, like, I know I went for a while, and I know that I quote-unquote graduated. And I know that you guys look at me like I'm sort of simple, like I went...
What are you talking about?
No. Here's what I look at. Here's what I think about what you went through. You had a very specific problem, almost like you went to a psychologist.
Crisis intervention.
Yeah, you had a situation that you needed help with. You didn't do psychoanalysis, which is a different thing. You're not feeling like something's irritating you, bothering you, if you're having trouble relating to people or whatever it is. So I don't think that was bad what you did. You needed specific advice on how to handle a situation. Right. You needed someone to talk to.
You needed a steam, like a valve to let out a little steam.
I think you went through something different.
Right. Because I know I would go in and I would talk to you and you go, well, what I'm doing is completely different.
You went more to like a Dr. Laura Schlesinger type who sits there and says, you know what you ought to do, Gary? Pick yourself up and move over there.
Well, it's sort of a more behavior modification.
Right.
They say, do this or try that.
But, Robin, you stopped and you feel that you've done enough. Like, would you ever consider going back?
I just don't like the process. It's long and tedious.
But you're clearly a different person than you were.
Yeah, I figured out how to do things on my own. No, I didn't. No. It's hard work.
Look at you.
And you really have to get in control of the situation and be able to stop the mechanisms that we're talking about.
Triumphant once again, my Robin.
Well, you were still sitting around going, I don't need this. That's when I was working.
All right, so
however you got there.
With you, that you don't need it anymore. That you're,
I don't know.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm...
Right now, I would go. I mean, right now, it seems like something I should do.
But not for 4 days.
No, I don't want to go for it. Please, that's enough.
Robin,
do you think you need 4 days?
I just think anytime you're that resistant to something is in this kind of process is an indication that it's something you should do.
I mean, what if I really don't have the time?
You do have the time.
I do, you're right. She's right. But I don't want to do that all the time.
What are you more guilty about? Not jogging or not going there?
I got to run. Yeah. I'll run for it. I don't want to have a gut.
No, it has to be.
In case I ever find a woman, I want to take my clothes off in front of her.
Yeah, but would you like to be able to relate to her?
Yeah. No.
No, that's not as important.
All right, listen, we got to take a break.
Let's do the Prince press conference next.
Okay, we'll do that next, and also get ready to talk to that kid's high school class.
Now talk about a guy with problems. Let's analyze.
Yeah, let's analyze Prince. He's got real problems. We're gonna come back. We got a million things to get to right after these words.
We have a surprise for everyone. We are so happy to say that Chuck Woolery is on the phone.
Chuck is on the phone.
Hello. Chuck?
Hello.
Are you there?
Hello, Christina.
Is that you, Woody?
Sounds like Woody.
Is it Chuck? Hello? Are you okay, Chuck? Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. We want to, everybody's been very concerned about you.
It's a little painful.
It is. Oh gosh, this is very emotional. We've gotten a lot of cards and a lot of letters from everybody concerned about how you're feeling. A lot of inquiries.
I appreciate it. Rick Dees blows and Howard Stern rules. You know that? You suck too, and Woody Brady.
Who is that?
Isn't it nice?
That was so charming.
Well, it was nice.
There was somebody who was very nasty on the phone.
You find their work inspiring?
Their emotional subtlety, their pulsating probings of the intellect. These are the things that make life worthwhile.
All I know is my testicles won't fit in my underwear.
Oh, I see. Okay. We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
You're right.
It is impossible to come up with a top 10 list of women that are beautiful like Donald Trump did. It's just
what do you mean? You know how he did it, Howard?
How did he do it? Yeah, they asked him.
Because he had to do it so fast.
Right.
He didn't think about it. He could just rattle it off.
A lot of people.
His thought is to make it something.
A lot of people called me and said they were angry about my top 10 list and they felt they should have been on it. I'm not going to say.
They should call in here. You don't change that list.
I'm working on it right now. All of a sudden, number 3 on my list is Nancy Sirianni Marlin. Yes. Oh, Jay is almost ready. Jay, this is the kid from school?
Yeah, I'm calling from school now.
All right. Well, how soon are we going to get on the loudspeaker?
Probably like any minute. We're going to go by the radio because there was some problems with the phone.
Uh-oh. All right, listen, your principal okay at this?
Yeah, he talked to John.
All right. Listen, let me just tell people what's going on because they probably weren't with us when you called in at 6 in the morning. This is Jay Rosnick on the phone. He is in a 4-way race for school president.
Student council president.
Right. I should write that down. And he has asked me, I gave him a grilling this morning, and the kid did very well. And he's asked me to go on the loudspeaker at school and actually endorse his candidacy, which I'm prepared to do. I am allowed 30 seconds to 40 seconds to comment on Jay and why I'm endorsing him.
All right, just remember that.
This is the first time in the history of the show I've ever endorsed a candidate running for school president.
Yeah, usually you're at the gubernatorial or level. So this is a very big endorsement, Jay. I don't understand.
Now, Jay, let me understand something. You're going to have me. Are you going to speak first?
I'll introduce myself, I guess, and then.
And then you'll introduce me as someone who's going to endorse you.
Yeah, I'll introduce you as my friend or something. I have a friend speaking on my behalf.
Right.
Oh, so you didn't tell him?
I told my principal, they know. They know. My teachers know who's talking.
All right.
Not the students.
Now, I'm going to do it in a serious way because I believe you're the right candidate.
Don't be stupid.
I'm not going to be stupid about it.
Okay.
Understand?
Yes, thanks.
All right. How soon do we go on?
Probably in about a minute until they're done reading some announcements about activities.
Well, I have my reasons why I'm endorsing you, and I will lay those out for the crowd.
Okay.
And I believe that my endorsement will help you because if I treat it in a serious way, I believe you could get elected.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they're about ready for it.
All right. Let's hear you go on first.
All right. So I'm just basically saying this is Jay Rosnick, and I'm running for president. I don't really like to blow my own horn and speak and talk about myself, so I have a friend who's going to speak on my behalf. And here he is.
Thank you, Jay. And thank you for this opportunity to address the students of what school?
The Chamonix High School.
Chamonix High School, outside of Philadelphia. My name is Howard Stern. I'm a radio personality. And let me tell you why I endorse Jay Rosnick. I met Jay Rosnick this morning over the radio about an hour ago, and I grilled him about why he wanted to run for the student council presidency. And Jay explained to me that the job, quite frankly, is more symbolic, that he has no real power. But the thing that he can... By the way, that's Robin Quivers in the background, ladies and gentlemen. He explained to me that it is a symbolic position, student council president, and what he feels he could do is bring the school together in terms of school spirit, which I think is important, because let's face it, when you're stuck in school all day, and that's the majority of your time, you'd like to feel like things were going on and people felt good about each other. Now, if you know anything about Jay Rosnick, Jay is the kind of guy who is not a super popular guy. He is not what you'd call the star football player. He is certainly not in the A-list of kids, and we all know there's a whole echelon. He's not in the upper echelon, and he is not a geek or a nerd. He's somewhere in the middle, and he feels in his position where he floats between geeks and nerds and the super popular kids that he could bring you all together. Now, let me give you an example. You know when they put together these carnivals and things at school and they have student booths, it would be really good if the geeks, the nerds, and the popular kids all shared booths with the mid-level kids. And Jay feels he can bring you all together because he floats in between all of you.
You're going to get him...
What?
He's going to lose the election.
No, he's not. This is a great speech. Be quiet, please, Robin. This is terrible what you're saying.
Oh, my
Why is he going to lose?
And who wants to vote thinking, I'm a geek, so I better cast a ballot?
Well, hey, geeks, if you want to get in that booth with the popular kids, you better vote for Jay. You're not going anywhere.
And the popular kids, he's not making me be with any geek.
And let me tell you something. Here's a couple other things you should know about Jay Rosnick. A, he smells good. And he loves to play a basketball. And that's all I really know, to tell you the truth. But he's a good guy. And as far as I can tell, Jay is mediocre. And that's good. You don't want a super popular guy in the office. A super popular guy is just going to put it on his resume for college applications. A guy...
You are speaking as someone who's been through high school and understands.
Wait a second.
Not to the people who are there.
By the way, he loves his mom. Also, let me say another thing. Look at... All right, let me just finish up then. Let me conclude. The kid gets on the... Jay Rosnick, you talk about improving school spirit, gets a major radio personality to call in. You understand? And get on the loudspeaker here. You got to admit, that's pretty good. So you can see the guy's thinking. He's got a brain in his... I didn't see any of the other candidates call me.
I'm endorsing Jay because he called me.
Right. And watch my CBS television show tomorrow night. I mean it.
All right.
And you girls are too young for me. So say the laws of this land. All right. I endorsed Governor Pataki. I endorsed Governor Christie Whitman, and now Jay Rosnick. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. How'd I do, Jay?
That was awesome.
Come on, I mean.
No, it was good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get a big reaction.
You know what you need? You need posters, and you need a slogan. Here's a slogan for you. I'm no serial killer. You like it?
Yeah.
That's yours for free. All right, Jay, good luck. How old are you now?
I'm 17.
Yeah. Well, I wish you luck, and I endorse your candidacy. When is the big election?
This Monday.
Well, I hope you do it.
All right. You want me to call you back with results?
Yeah.
You know how I did?
See if you can parlay this into a girlfriend.
Oh.
That's why he's running. What do you think?
You got a girlfriend?
No. You got anything available for me?
Yeah, I know Tyra Banks. Would you like to go out with her?
Yeah, I guess if you...
She's looking for a president. Go win the election for me now.
All right, thank you, Howard.
All right, take care.
All right,
Well, there he is, Jay Rosnick, who is running for student council president. He has just received an endorsement from me.
As we speak, he's being thrown out of high school.
Why? I thought I did it in a very serious way. I could have done penis jokes. I could have sat there and used up my 30 seconds in a nonsense kind of way.
I just think even the arguments you made are going to get him the
Why would you say that? Well,
don't say it during my speech.
Names.
Geeks and nerds?
Oh.
Well, they know who they are.
Yeah, but, the guy who's running should make them all feel equal, not point out their failings.
Well, I ain't running. I'm just telling you my logic in voting for him.
You're giving his speech.
I'm a geek and a nerd, and I hear that I'm going to get to be in a booth with some hot chicks. I'm there.
They're not going to go into the booth with you because they're going to be thinking, oh, my God, everybody's going to see me with this person.
Oh,
you know he's a nerd.
What's going to happen is his opposition is going to call and ask for Robin's endorsement.
Well, I won't let that happen.
No nerds.
Let's go to Ted.
Hi, I just had two statements. How can you work for a company that doesn't respect you?
Well, you're right.
But who does this guy work for?
Yeah, who do you work for?
Everybody wants you to go out on a limb and cut your own throat.
Who do you know who works for a company that respects them? I mean, I can't think of one person.
If this company had hired IAMS in 1986, they would still only have 3 stations.
Right. You're right. You are so right. And I never got my due. You are so right. And the real insult came yesterday when I learned at the CBS presentation meeting that they said, oh, yes, we have a radio division, and we have Imus and Howard Stern. Imus first, Howard Stern second, lumped into the same category as that hack. You're absolutely right. I'm not respected. But all right, what can I do? I'm at the end of my rope.
Yeah. I had a suggestion.
What I've done for this company and innovated the syndication business, the television and radio merging, pay-per-view specials, books, things that no one ever did. You're right. You're absolutely right.
You've paid for a lot of real estate.
Yep.
I had a suggestion for your top 10 women list.
Please.
That hook-nosed Jew, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Does she rape?
I don't believe she's in the top 10.
You know what the problem is? That 10 is not enough slots.
That's right. In fact, there's a magazine that rates the top 100 women.
Yeah, I can see why People magazine does 50, because I'm trying to do 10, and, then all of a sudden you've already filled everything, and you're wait a minute.
I know. I'm like over here. Oh, my
God. What am I
God.
going to do with this guy?
I'm like, oh, man, Christina Carpenter, Ashley Judd. I mean, I'm going, Heather Graham.
Yeah, how do you eliminate? You say who's belongs in the top?
Well, that's why Donald Trump is a genius.
You got to keep knocking people out.
I didn't realize this was so difficult.
I tried to tell you that yesterday.
Hey,
you have to try it.
Yes.
Yeah, you were saying yesterday you were talking to this guy, Leslie Moonves.
Yes.
And all he was saying was, hey, how's it like being single? Angie Everhart. Hey, how's that?
Right.
What was the answer?
Well, I'll tell you what the answer was. I said, never ask me a question like that again, Les. I said, that's inappropriate. What do you think of that? I don't see the guy, and then that's what he has to say to me, some frivolous comment?
Yeah, I know.
Do I ask him who he's banging?
That just says to me that he sees you as the geeky radio guy, not a serious man of business.
And if I have to hear Leslie's story one more time about how he got out of acting.
Do you think they asked Brian Gumbel how his divorce is going? How's
No, never.
You're absolutely right. You make
Les Moonves would never go up to Brian Gumbel and say, hey, how's that white girlfriend?
How's that piece of ass?
How's that piece of ass white girlfriend?
How's that?
You'll never hear that because you know what?
Hey, way to go, taking your wife's credit card.
They respect that big load who's sitting and draining the company of $5 million a year and getting no ratings. That's who they respect. Me, nobody respects. I'm a hack. Put Imus in front of me. Let Imus run the whole company.
You think they asked Imus how's that trophy wife when she's polishing his knob?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
God bless you.
Boy, you're smart.
He is. He's a smart man. He makes a
Every time I see Les, the same story. Oh, I had to get out of acting. I go, yeah, okay, why, Les?
Hey, a couple years ago.
And you know what the answer is every time? I was brought into a meeting where I had to audition for Lee Majors, and I had to read lines for Lee Majors. Can you imagine? I got news for you. Lee Majors was a better actor than Les Moonves.
Well, the whole point is that he didn't get hired as an actor.
Right. That's why he got out of acting.
An actor if he got hired.
He makes it seem like it was insulting. He's lucky he got to read with Lee Majors. Lee Majors was the goddamn $6 million man. I love that show.
And we're all 6.
Right. Brian Gumbel's the $5 million man and worth none of it. Listen to me. You're absolutely right, sir. I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, I know. A couple of years ago you had Les on the show and he was talking about this new...
Les doesn't like me. I can tell.
Martial arts show about fat...
Remember that one?
Sam Ho.
Yeah, that fat chink, and you said that's a horrible show. Yeah. He just canceled it yesterday.
Yeah.
Les put on a show on Saturday nights with the fat chink. What's his name, Robin?
Sammy Ho.
Sammy Ho. Could you imagine?
Whatever.
Who wants to see a show about a fat karate guy? They probably figured after Steven Seagal. But Steven Seagal was popular when he was thin.
Well, he doesn't speak English, too.
Nobody wants it. I mean, the guy couldn't even...
That's right. And he was doing an American show.
I'll tell you something about Steven Seagal. At least the guy is fun to listen to. I tune in this fat Chinese guy because I love karate shows. I'm like, I don't even know what this guy's saying. Then they're putting everybody else on this show. They're putting hot women. They don't know what to do. Let me run the network. I guarantee you'll have hot shows.
They throw Arsenio in there. They're doing anything they can.
They put Arsenio in there.
Hey, before you make your change, maybe if you could speak in pig Latin and tell us all when to sell our shares.
Well, look, let me tell you something. This company is very strong, with or without me. And
that guy's funny.
there's a lot of good people involved. I'm going to tell you one thing, though, and this will never change. I love that guy, Mel Karmazin. Call me a faggot. I don't care.
Well,
he's always been good to me. Thank
Is it
you.
true you're planning to replace Jackie at the end of the year if you stay on with
Yes.
Bruce
Jackie
Valanche?
will replace himself.
Yes, Bruce Valanche will be Jackie's replacement. No, Jackie will not be with the show in 6 months. That's a guaranteed lock, and I've informed the company of that. Well, whatever, Jackie.
Jackie,
Do what
you
you
did it to yourself.
Everyone knows it. No one's willing to go through it. That's a guarantee. And it's enough already. I love Jackie, love him on the show, but no one can come to. It just gets too bitter and angry, and I don't want to go through it again.
I totally understand.
Good.
Hey, Howard,
Sit home with that wife and swim in that bay. Swim in that dirty, filthy water.
Where that?
You see how much fun that is. Yeah.
Do you think Gary would be divorced today if he had signed a prenuptial agreement?
Yes.
What prenup?
If he had signed one.
If he had signed one, he would be.
What does he protect?
Yes.
Well, you know.
Yes, I believe Gary would be divorced.
No.
I believe within 1 year, Fred will be divorced.
Oh, stop. Fred says he's in love.
No, he's not. No, he's in love. But
He's not in love this week?
Well, maybe today. I think if Fred didn't have to give up half his money, he'd be divorced right now.
Oh, here you go with the
Fred, am I right or wrong?
No comment.
Okay, there you go.
Fred's a decent-looking guy, but he uglies himself up, so there's got to be something.
Fred got a haircut from Tony Coburn and is handsome again.
There you go. Fantastic.
He looks fantastic.
Pompadour.
Looks human.
Yeah, he looks almost human. Almost. All right, thank you. He made Gay Ramone's top 10 list of gay guys.
Wow.
Now I'm flattered. All right, thank you.
That's Buffy.
Right. Who do you have, Buffy?
F. Buffy, I guess.
Oh, that's right. You called her a hook nose,
Yeah.
too.
Well, answer me this. Is Fred's marriage in trouble?
At the time, no. At this time, no.
Is this what, you got to take a daily temperature?
Day-by-day basis.
Relationships are like the weather.
We'll see.
Stay tuned.
Okay. All right. I guess we have to take a break.
Do we?
You tell me.
Oh.
Maybe we don't.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming up next. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with you.
This is Sandra Bernhardt, and I don't give a... You listen to Howard?
Watering Jocks versus Walter Cronkite.
Hi, Walter. How you doing? Hi. My name is John from the Howard Stern Show tape for broadcast. Can I ask a question? Who? The Howard Stern Show tape for broadcast. Are you here because you care about the rainforest or because your publicist thought it was a good idea?
Oh, come on. That's ridiculous. People aren't here because they care about the rainforest. That's a dumb question.
I have a
dumb.
I have a political question. After smoking pot and cheating on his wife, who does Bill Clinton...
People come together on the Howard Stern Show.
All right. Hey, now. He's my favorite interview.
Hey, now.
Love that.
Hey, now.
Karen, go ahead. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning, honey.
How are you?
Yes, quickly.
Okay, quickly. You're the best. What you did with that kid, that was so awesome of you. You are like the biggest sweetheart in this world.
Well, I thought the kid deserved an endorsement. He had an
You
original
really
idea.
did, Howard. Like, you got it.
Right.
You are the man.
And what do I get for that? Will you fillet me?
Wait a minute.
Did you do it already?
Pardon me?
Did you give the speech?
Yeah, we just did that last.
Where was I?
You were part of it. You were heckling me during it.
You were telling about bad it was.
I thought you were rehearsing.
Right.
No, that was awesome.
I was in a rehearsal. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Heckled you during.
Oh, you completely wrecked me. You ruined my whole.
Nobody can ruin you, Howard.
I'm sorry.
Nobody can ruin you.
I was going to say something to you about that. Thank you very much, Karen.
Okay.
All right, that's very sweet of you.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
I didn't realize.
All right, please. Huh?
Yeah.
Hi, you guys. Hey, yeah, this is Erna, the wacko calling.
Yeah.
Stern, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah. Can I speak to Howard, please?
You want to talk to Howard?
Yeah.
This is
I want to apologize to him about regarding a birthmark on my butt, and I want to mention about
Tony.
MTV.
This is Howard. Go ahead.
Oh, hi. Good.
How are you?
Okay, far away. Where are you at? What planet are you on? No. Yeah, I want to apologize to you regarding a birthmark on my butt. That wasn't right.
Right.
And another thing too, I don't like your company from MTV because they put a freezing towel in the store, eating vegetables.
Yeah.
And
So what's your point? Get to the point. Come on, you're burning up airtime.
no, you don't sound like Howard.
Do you know who the hell you're talking to?
It's sure not Stern.
Why would you think I was Stern? Do I sound like I'm eating ass through my nose?
My license is driver's license is NO. So
Where you calling from?
huh?
Where are you calling from?
Who am I speaking to?
Where are you calling from?
I'm
You
calling
called the
from.
radio station. You called me. Where are you calling from?
Where am I calling from?
Yeah.
I'm calling from Sacramento.
Sacramento, California.
Oh, okay. Hi, Howard. I hear you now. Okay.
That was a wacko, so's that guy. We bring idiots together. Hey, anyway, Jackie Penthouse, Stroke Page Martling, his 4 Filthy Oleo CDs and cassettes are at the warehouse. Call 1-800-323-KING, Saturday, July 29th at the casino in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. For MP3 audio and Filthy 3D Joke Man, visit jokeland.com. I received the following voicemail, and it has prompted me to do our next bit.
Gary, tell that big-nosed bastard to get to the goddamn Prince press conference. Been jerking us along for goddamn 2-3 days now. I'm getting tired of him promoing it all morning, and then gotta wait till tomorrow. I had to talk to a retarded listener. So I haven't been this anxious to hear what a faggot had to say since Casey's lie detector test. So play that damn press conference, Howard.
This is Julian Lennon.
I didn't realize that everyone wanted to hear Prince so bad.
All right, let's listen to it. So Prince held a press conference the other day to essentially announce nothing. He had to announce why he switched his name back to Prince.
Nobody even cares.
By the way, the gentleman who was sitting in the audience representing our show was Kevin the intern. Everybody say hello to Kevin the intern.
Hello, Kevin.
How are you, Kevin? Good to see you.
I want to meet you all.
Yes. See Kevin. Kevin, you're a new intern, right?
Yes, sir.
So this was a quick
And we
assignment.
got you right into service.
Oh,
Very
it was
good.
great. It was great. Were you nervous going up there at the Prince press conference?
No, not at
all. You don't care. You're not intimidated by his persona.
Not by that.
You didn't think Prince could kick your butt or anything like that.
No. And you didn't care what he said. Okay, so let's get to it. First, Prince made an announcement. We've abbreviated everything because he just went on and on and on. And he's such a bore.
First of all, on December 31st, 1999, my publishing contract with Warner Chappell.
Does he realize he's not selling any records anymore? Like the way he's carrying on.
And he must be so insulated that he doesn't know what's happening.
Maybe they don't tell him he's no longer relevant.
Thus emancipating the name I was given before birth, Prince, from all long-term restrictive documents. I will now go back to using my name instead of the symbol I adopted as a means to free myself from all undesirable relationships. Recently, it's been announced.
I will now go back to using the name Prince, like some waiting around for this, instead of the symbol that I adopted. And I like that people were buying into it. They weren't calling him Prince. I was like, hey, Prince, you dog, get over here.
L.A. Reid was to...
You know his wife, the whole time he was married to her, she couldn't call him anything?
Yeah, but, I guess if you're getting a bit of that money, you'll do anything.
So anyway, here's the deal. So Prince so far has said that he is now changing his name back because it was his slave name while he was under contract to another.
He's freeing himself.
Then he went and made a deal with Arista Records. Arista Records got rid of Clive Davis and they're bringing in L.A. Reid.
Right.
Some guy named L.A. Reid. But now Prince doesn't like that.
Right. His deal was with Clive.
Yeah, so
That's it.
So he addresses that now.
Over the presidency of Arista Records. And I phoned him and informed him that any previous agreements with Clive Davis and NPG was null and void. Thus impossible to honor. Together, L.A. Reid and I agreed to keep the future open to discussion regarding future projects at Arista. The people really have spoken already on this issue. The price of CDs have skyrocketed while the quality of music has plummeted. And as long as middlemen create the means by which the consumer consumes, this will never change.
What a douchebag. So why doesn't he change the system?
What happened to his music? They're making him bad, too?
So now the record companies are evil for trying to distribute Prince's music.
Problem's not a complex one. The solution is simple. Let the baker make the bread. I'm a musician. I make music. The moment someone defines music as content, then we got a problem. They now have appointed themselves as a content provider and will reap the bulk of the benefits. Since they try to define what I do, let's look at what they do.
Look at the war this
Can
guy's
he
in.
come in with graphs and charts?
Yeah, he's like the Ross Perot of music. I mean, what's he doing? What's he wearing the whole time? Is he wearing like a bikini top?
Something a girl should wear with the yellow sunglasses on. He looks like a total homo.
Yeah, you can't even live on it, right? With
Big time.
any seriousness.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
He looks like a total woman.
Yeah.
It's like a guy in big yellow sunglasses instructing us that let the baker bake the bread.
Right, I'm going to listen to you about business?
You know, I didn't leave this line in the press conference, but his big thing is he quotes, and it's either George Clinton or some other artist that doesn't sell any records. But he says that you have to. He's pissed off because Warner Brothers owns the masters to all his records, and he says if you don't own the masters own you.
There you go.
Philosophy.
Yeah, right. From a guy in sunglasses and a bikini top.
Let's put that on a poster.
The mayor of Munchkinland. Let me talk about since they talk about what I do. Let me talk about what they do.
They create distribution systems. Who wants to buy one of those?
Me.
Especially on the internet, which is pretty much just another distribution system.
So your record's on the internet, douche.
When I go to the baker, then it will be fresh, being handled by as few hands as possible. I would like to quickly address, it's a little difficult for me, but I want to quickly address some of the rumors of confrontation between Maite and I.
Maite.
That's the wife.
Maite. She's mighty.
I'm glad I finally got her name.
Yeah, right, mighty.
Now that he's dumped her.
Yeah, like, he's going to direct. Now, listen to this explanation. This one's going to kill you. Like, this guy, he's got to be on another planet. I don't know where he was raised. He's in a bikini top and yellow glasses.
And then
he's talking about chicks. I was thinking about some wife. Dude, you got a wife and you got yellow sunglasses on a bikini top?
Having someone pour his water for me, actually gave the water and the glass to someone to pour for him. He couldn't just drink it out of the
during the press conference?
Yeah, to one of his cronies. It looked like the lead singer of Midnight Oil. I'm not kidding you.
Really?
Yeah, it's like we're supposed to be scared of him or something.
Right. He pours the water for Prince.
Yeah, he poured it for him, actually poured it in the glass for him.
Nice.
It was a joke. It was total.
Well, you got to get on the subway and get home.
Yeah.
I think most of them arise out of the perceived notion that we're still married in the conventional sense. Contrary to recent statements in the press, that's not true. We're still friends, but she does her thing and I do mine. Again, I'd like to thank you for your presence here today, and I'm opening up the floor now.
That was clear. She does her thing and I do mine.
Are they married or not? You didn't see. He didn't do that at the press conference.
No.
That's all you can report on.
No, he does tons of hot chicks. He is not gay.
No, not at all.
Not at all. He just looks gay.
And that's how he gets the chick.
But you got to ask yourself, approximately how many people care about any of this?
How many people were at this press conference?
I'd say 150. It was nice and crowded.
Must have been a slow day.
And you don't read anything in the paper about it. It's like, I guess everyone just goes and hangs out and eats food.
Was there free food?
No, not at all. I don't believe so. We didn't get any.
Really?
Wow.
No.
This isn't new.
All right, so you stood up. I got your questions on tape. So listen to this. Here goes Kevin, the intern.
All right.
Two-way traffic.
Would you be changing your name again, ever?
You'll be changing my name again, ever?
Yeah. Will you ever change your name again?
No, I won't have to because I won't be under any long-term restrictive contracts ever again.
Yes, Prince. Hypothetically, who would win in a fist fight, you or Michael Jackson?
Is that Prince?
Yeah, Prince is digging.
You're both roughly, the same size. You have both have the high-pitched sound. What are your right hooks like?
Oh my goodness, he's a plant, y'all. But I plant anything. Keep it light. Michael's not a fighter; he's a lover. Could I just say something? I've never really spoke publicly about Michael.
Where did he go to school? Spoke publicly.
Obviously nowhere.
We should all just kind of chill because You know, he may know something none of us really know. And just like, let's wait and see. Let's wait it out. You know, let's just wait it out. You never know, right? You just never know. Ultimately, we all got to come back home. So let's just make a home for everybody.
What's that mean?
Could you come back to Earth?
We should all wait. Can you imagine hanging out with him for a night? I know chicks like dig him and stuff.
Do you think Michael Jackson knows something we don't know?
No. Oh, I think he knows about stuff that I don't know.
Yeah,
but I don't want to know about it.
Stuff,
yeah. I'd like to hook him up to it.
He knows ultimately.
I'd like to give him a hit of sodium pentothal and find out what he does know.
We should wait like he's going to eventually tell us.
I know he knows what it's like to play with little kids. Because he's always hanging out with them. All right, and finally, you got off the best question of all.
Oh, no, but I should right hook him when he get there, right?
That's still Michael Jackson.
Well, all right.
Prince.
Yeah.
Why were you such a sissy in Purple Rain?
Oh, they ran about it.
Unless, of course, he want to come up here and...
No. Fine, I know you can fight, Prince.
That was it? They hustled him out?
Yeah, I was trying to make him think I was scared of him.
Wow.
They came over and asked me to turn my stuff off, you know.
Really?
And I tried to fire off a little more, but I couldn't get it.
Right. Why were you such a sissy? Well, Kevin, the intern, welcome to the station. We look forward to more of your work.
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent work. Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Kevin, the intern, everybody. Working hard. Kevin goes from one day hassling Prince at a concert to getting Fred his coffee the next breath.
You know, Fred doesn't handle his own coffee cup either.
We ought to reward the interns when they do something really great. You should let them fill you up.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. You really should.
Come on. How about you? They'd rather do you.
What are you saying about Kevin the intern? That kid's all man.
You know, I think he wanted Prince.
Kristen, go ahead. You're on the air.
When is the high school thing?
I just wanted to know if he could endorse my treasure while I'm running for treasurer.
Oh, honey,
now we're going to have an avalanche.
Honey, I just endorsed that kid because it was his idea.
I know it's not original, but it's pretty cool, though. Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's a good idea that you said, I should have thought of that.
Well, wait a minute. If you give her speech, maybe I'll know that the speech is going on.
Right.
And I won't interrupt you.
You should call Michael J. Fox. Maybe he'll endorse you. All right. Listen, let's get to the Mike Walker game. I'm going to bring in John the Stutterer, not Stuttering John. John the Stutterer is going to play the Mike Walker game.
Today?
That's correct.
I was going to say, maybe you should give Mike Walker your top 10.
Oh, we can publish it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Damn. I need another break. I'm not done with it yet. I've narrowed it down to about 15 women.
Oh, I only have 10 minutes.
You have 10? You're down to 10?
I'm not going to look at it anymore because I can't.
Here's John the Stutterer. You've heard him on the show before. John the Stutterer, of course, got laid for the first time in his life when we set him up with a porn star when he won Vaginal Millionaire. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
In Vaginal Millionaire, what did he win? He won.
Who did you have sex with?
Oh, Annie Anderson.
Annie Anderson you had sex with. Yeah. That was good, right?
Yeah.
You enjoyed
that big tall girl.
Yeah.
How have you been since then?
Well, it's great to be here, of course. But I have to say that life is like the wind; it blows.
Right. You have a tough life. It's hard for you to get women. You haven't gotten laid since, I'm sure.
No.
She expressed that she might be interested in having sex with you again. Did that ever come to surface?
Well, she called me, and we're scheduled to go out in June when she comes to Philly.
Oh, how nice.
It's a long time between dates.
Yeah, but he wasn't going to be doing anything.
Yeah, you know.
So you're going to go out with her again in June?
Yeah.
Good. All right, good for you. That's
great. But is it better to now have had sex and then miss it, or to never have had it at all?
It's much better. To say that I've had sex.
Oh.
All right, okay, good. Yeah. All right, let me get Mike Walker on the phone. Here comes Mike Walker with the Mike Walker, a game where he actually gives us 4 stories. You got to pick out which one is false.
Yeah, I know.
Talk to you some more, okay. You want to do the intro?
Inquiring minds want to know. Rosie O'Donnell was king of her high school prom.
Ooh, I want to know.
Ivan Reitman seduces Howard Stern on a lonesome movie set.
Ooh, I want to know.
Exclusive photos. Robin Quivers giving oral favors to a cab driver wearing a turban.
Oh, I want to know.
And now, here's the man with the stories you want to know. Mike Walker of the National Enquirer.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Howard. How you doing?
You're with John the Stutterer. Mike Walker, of course, is a world-renowned gossip columnist. He is an author. His novel, Malicious Intent, has been selling well into the what?
Oh.
Hundreds of thousands?
Many thousands, yeah.
Hollywood Fable, and bookstores now are available at Amazon.com. John the Stutterer, say hello to Mike Walker.
Hi,
Hi, John.
How you doing?
Don't cut him off.
Rush him.
Hey, let me ask you something. I know you don't work for Star Magazine, or I know it's a competitor of yours.
That's right.
But I see on the cover, I get all these tabloid magazines. Kathy Lee is romancing Kevin Costner.
That's what they say.
Do you believe that?
Well, Howard, as I say, this is a competitor. First of all, if I say it's not true, I'll seem jealous. If I say it is true, I'm helping them out.
I see.
So, what are you saying?
Is it unfair of me to ask you about another newspaper story? I mean,
well, yeah, I think it is.
Well, I'm sure you knew about this. Why did you not go with this story?
Well,
You sound like
I'm not going to... you're putting me in a funny position here.
Good. And by the way, later on when I see you, I want to put you in another funny position.
By the way, we missed you at the Hawaiian Tropic.
Here we go. Don't torture me.
No, it was really great this year. It was fantastic. It was fabulous.
Yes.
And everybody heard you ruminating about possibly coming this year, and the girls were very disappointed.
How much fellatio did you receive?
Howard, this is, again, a myth. I do this as a public service, okay?
Now, I understand you brought your wife with you. Did she enjoy it? All right. Mike, let's do this 4 stories.
You're not going to get anything out of him.
No.
Well, the Kathy Lee...
is she in love with Kevin Costner?
I think Kathy Lee finds Kevin very, very exciting, very charming. I think she likes the idea of... Kathy Lee, for all...
Do you think she's had sex with him?
Is very attractive.
Do you think she's had sex with Kevin Costner?
No.
Do you think that they rendezvous?
Do I think that she is using this to tweak Frank? Yes.
You do.
Do I think she likes to feel attractive? Absolutely. And Kevin is a dog. You know that.
Listen to this. Kathy Lee's...
a dog?
Yes, he has sex with women.
With women? Are you kidding?
Kathy Lee's flirtation with Kevin is the worst kept secret in town. She's been flaunting their relationship in front of Frank ever since he cheated on her. And when Frank begged her to stop seeing Kevin, she told him no way. It seems that wherever the Giffords go, Kevin shows up. And when Kathy Lee is traveling alone, she accidentally runs into him.
Really?
It's a weird romance, but they both seem to enjoy playing at it whenever they can.
I think playing is kind of the key word there.
You don't believe that there's been actual intercourse or fellatio involved?
Do I personally believe that?
Yes.
Then why would Kevin be interested?
Because, well, first of all, look, stars are not foolish. I mean, he knows, first of all, he enjoys flirtations. He does, very much. He's famous for it. Secondly, he knows that this will give him attention. Kevin's career is not that hot right now.
Right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I didn't think of that.
And now Howard Stern's talking about it.
Exactly. All right, let's go to the 4 stories. John the Stutterer, are you ready to play the game?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
That was an easy answer.
Okay.
What makes you think you're prepared? Do you have any qualifications to play this game?
Well, no, but none's required. A moron could play this game.
All right, let's go. Well, speaking of that, I think Gary wants to play. What is it, Gary?
You know what's sort of funny? Mike's in a little bit of a rush today, which he mentioned to us, so of course we got a guy that takes 8 years to give us that.
Oh, okay, Mike, let's get right to it.
The reason is I'm not in a rush, but I have to be on stage in front of cameras today looking halfway decent, so I've got to go back to bed. I'm in L.A.
All right, let's go.
All right. Donald Trump, who's usually a great admirer of the female form, was so infuriated by those up-to-here, down-to-there photos of barely legal model daughter Ivanka in British GQ that he ordered the magazine banished from every newsstand in every casino, shopping area, and apartment building he owns.
Go ahead.
Noses twitched when Uma Thurman and hubby Ethan Hawke wandered into an antique shop in their Manhattan hood. They were totally greasy and grunged out and stunk to the high heavens, said the shop's horrified owner. Then they plunked themselves down in 2 antique Windsor chairs and started making out. Wow. Did you whip out the Febreze?
Go ahead, number 3.
Good fellow Ray Liotta tooled his brand-new Porsche convertible up to L.A.'s Conga room and sternly warned the valet to be super careful. Make sure you park at the safe place, he shouted as the guy drove off. Well, when Ray exited a while later, attendants were bringing up every car but his, and he finally exploded, "Where the F is my car?" Finally, it came roaring out of the night, and the apologetic valet explained because Ray made so much fuss, his attendant had parked the Porsche in a vacant lot next door so it wouldn't get any nicks, but the guy went off duty without telling anybody where he'd put it.
Go ahead.
I call this one Burn Baby Burn. In Chicago, filming Driven with Keanu Reeves, gorgeous Marissa Tomei dropped into a local salon for a bikini wax, and ow, the hot wax was a little too hot and dripped into a very tender spot. Marissa, screaming in pain, actually suffered blisters and stormed out of the shop threatening a lawsuit.
All right, here's what we have. Donald Trump doesn't want anyone seeing Ivanka, his daughter, and banned the magazine. Uma Thurman and her boyfriend Ethan Hawke smell. Ray Liotta lost his Porsche almost and got upset, and Marissa Tomei burned her private parts with bikini wax and got blisters. I'm going to turn to a man who says you don't need any brains to play this game, that a moron could play this game. Let's go to John the Stutterer.
Well, so frequently with this game, the most plausible sounding story is the false one, ironically, so I would say 3.
Number 3, you're talking about Ray Liotta loses his Porsche.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not even. I know that Mike's in a rush. I'm not going to ask you.
Oh, I'm not in that big.
He just wants to go back to sleep.
That's all.
All right, let's go to Fred, who seems to stutter.
I can't.
He can't play?
You can't play this week?
Fred can't play this week.
All right, let's go to Jackie the Jokeman Marlin.
I think I got to go with Trump. I don't think he would have done that. But I can't believe somebody would make that bad a mistake with that hot wax. But I want to believe that's true.
All right, so Jackie goes with Trump. Robin?
I think it is the Uma and Ethan story.
Why do you say that, Robin?
I don't think they smell, and they're not making out in antique shops. I heard that Ethan is complaining that Uma hasn't touched him since the baby.
I think that Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke is the real deal. I do believe they smell.
And Robin, I have 2 other stinky items in the column.
Stinky!
I believe Marissa Tomei's bikini wax. I believe she has blisters on her private parts. I believe that, I do. I've met Ray Liotta, and I think that, him losing his Porsche and it was parked in another thing sounds kind of weird. I'm going to go with...
Who are you going with?
I'm going to go with Ray Liotta.
All right.
With John the Stutterer.
Wow.
I don't think he'd use the F word. He's a tender man. All right, let's go to Mike Walker. What's the answer?
Well, the answer is that John the Stutterer and Howard have it absolutely wrong.
I always lose. Yeah.
And surprised at Robin. I mean, that sounds like one of those statements that, celebrities never sting. Again, I direct you to the column. I have 2 other stinky star items in the column.
All right, so they're not...
And so it's Donald Trump.
Jackie the Jokeman.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Jackie the Jokeman.
Well, I figured Donald's so upset about the pictures that had to be true.
Well, you're right, John the Stutterer.
Well, he was. There's a germ of truth there. I mean, he was not thrilled, believe me.
John
you saw those pictures, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They were very sexy.
Very sexy.
And by the way, what do you make of Donald Trump's top 10 list that I think appeared in the Inquirer? Didn't it?
I think it was the Star.
Oh, well, it's the Star. I'm serious.
What about if I make a top 10 list? Would you print mine?
Your top 10 list will be in the Inquirer, Howard.
You will put it in?
Absolutely.
All right, I am going to announce my top 10 most beautiful women in the world list.
I would love to have that. Would you please do it through me?
Yes.
Definitely. Call me, not the Star.
No, I'm going to call you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mike Walker. That'll be your exclusive, and we wish you luck with Malicious Intent, your great new novel.
Yeah, and remember, our TV show renewed for next season, folks.
All right.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
There he is, Mike Walker, every day on TV.
Now I know. Uma and Ethan smell to high heaven?
They didn't shower.
I mean, it sounds like they didn't shower for days. Wow. Well, John the Stutterer, you lose
lose not only at this game, but you lost in the game of life in general.
Right, yes.
With all of your various phobias, your obsessive-compulsive disorder, your tics.
What medication are you on?
What are you on?
Right now on a four different medications.
I'm not going to ask what they are.
Okay.
By the way, on our phones is one of the greatest superstars of the millennium.
Oh.
A man, let me just finish the build-up. A man who has not only conquered the world of film, which is no easy feat,
Yes.
has also conquered the world of television.
Oh.
He's also a master, considered a master. Put John back on the couch. I didn't dismiss him, Casey. Please. Because he stutters. Also, this man has mastered the ancient art of karate.
Well, now I know.
Fighting Koreans, hand-to-hand combat with no gloves, and defeated Koreans who fight dirty with their... Because I know about it. They fight with their knees and elbows and would kill you sooner than have you win in a fight. The gentleman I'm speaking about, Mel Karmazin. No. I'm talking about... This is a man's man. And we have simple questions for him because we've been reading some stuff and I want to discuss this with him. The great Chuck Norris. Chuck, are you there?
Hi, Howard. How you doing?
See, Chuck, you're so humble after a build-up like that.
Oh, man.
Did you hear that?
Well, Chuck, you've conquered them all. I mean, you must be proud of your career. You've done karate films. You go on television. You have one of the #1 shows. This is a great accomplishment. You're #1 at beating Koreans in hand-to-hand combat. How many Koreans did you destroy? Go ahead, brag a little.
Over my 20 years of fighting, I fought a lot more than just Koreans. I fought Japanese and all the Americans.
What about blacks?
I'm sorry?
Did you fight blacks?
I fought them all.
You did? And did you beat the blacks?
Oh, I beat just about every ethnic.
It's a man who
He
beat
took on every race and he beat...
This is a white man who can beat up black guys.
Did you fight Indians?
But you got to admit...
I'm Indian, Robin. So
That's right, he is an Indian. But he isn't sitting on the reservation drinking. He's out there working hard. Am I right or am I wrong?
That's true.
Fighting those stereotypes.
Fighting those stereotypes. No, you know as well as I do, Chuck, that the Koreans fight dirty. They will use...
tough fighters, you know.
Did they bring in weapons that they weren't supposed to have?
Yeah, those little stars. What do you call those things?
No, they're just real tough guys. You know, during the Vietnam War, they were one of the most feared group of fighters over there. You know what they would do? My brother, you know, who I lost a brother in Vietnam, but he was a black belt in Taekwondo, and so he would train with those Koreans over there in Vietnam, and he was out drinking with them one night, and the 3 GIs got into an argument with this one Korean guy in the bar. And my brother says, you know, hey, back off, don't mess with this guy. And they wouldn't let back off. They went out and fought, and the Korean killed 2 of them.
Wow. Of course. In fact, you, though, let's brag a little. When you got in the ring, you would snap their twig-like arms in half.
You didn't break any arms.
Did you break their arms? Those little arms like twigs?
A few noses, but I don't think I broke any arms.
And isn't it true that rice farts are the most deadly? The rice farts. They would unleash them in the ring.
Well, I tell you, actually, they were the least I wanted to fight. They were pretty tough.
They're the toughest ones. All right, now listen, Chuck, we were talking about you the other day. We want to clear this up. You've always come on the air and talked about everything. All right, we were talking on the air that says here in one of these tabloids.
Did you read that article?
Did you read this?
No, I heard about it, though.
All right, we got to address this.
Okay.
You have a beautiful new wife.
Right.
Gorgeous. Are you sober right now, by the way?
Sober?
Well, I want to make sure I'm
Howard, I'm very sober.
All right, I just want to make sure I'm getting the right answer, that's all. You haven't been hitting us off.
I think he's drinking.
You're a superstar, but I don't know if superstars drink this early. I'm TV's Chuck Norris. All right, listen, so you have a beautiful wife.
Yeah.
I've seen her. Her body is near perfect. I don't see any flaws.
Near?
Well, maybe there's got to be a flaw somewhere, like a little bit peach fuzz on her ass or something. I don't know. Am I right or am I wrong? By the way, I see you had to put the missus in the infomercial.
She did.
Did she press you into that?
No, not actually. That was American Telecast, the people that promote that thing.
She's muscling out Christy Brinkley.
Yeah. She was like, Chuck, you put me on TV or no oral for a week. I know how this works. So Chuck, So it said in this magazine that you and your wife were having some problems. Maybe the marriage was the bloom is off the rose. You're in the winter of your relationship, and the solution you two decided is that you should have a baby, which I'm against for you, and I don't mind saying it. And
Where did you get a vote?
Well, please. I know Chuck pretty well. He's been to my house.
Marriage.
When I was married, he came to my house.
Absolutely.
Right. And Chuck, it says here you're going to reverse your vasectomy.
Well, you don't think that'd be a little hard? I've had a vasectomy for 30 years. I doubt there's any fish flying around in it, floating around in there.
But you do not.
Secondly, mainly, Gina has 2 children. I have 3.
Good.
I think 5 is plenty.
Right. So you are not going to try.
You're giving up the marriage. No.
Gina and I are happier than we've ever been.
Okay.
So, I don't know where they come up with that crap, but
we should go to Scores and discuss this.
We should.
We really need to.
It has been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think we need to go, my friend. Both of us. So what you're saying is, so that everyone now knows,
there's no truth.
That number one.
There's absolutely nothing to that stupid article. I haven't read it, but people have called in saying they've read it and told me a little bit about it. But there's no truth to any of it. No, we're very happy the way everything is. We've still got 2 children to raise right now.
Right.
And you haven't been to any doctors.
No.
And you have not. No one has touched your sack except your wife.
Oh.
She's the only one.
Right.
All right.
All right. That's all we needed to know, Chuck. Once again, because I couldn't believe it. If any of that is true, I was going to beg you not to have more kids.
No.
You don't need that.
I've been there, done that. I want to start really enjoying my life.
Yes, and I told everybody on this show, Chuck, and I hope you don't mind.
No.
I told them you were dating very seriously an aerobics instructor that had a body that wouldn't quit, and she was too young
almost married her.
because she wanted to have kids.
You guys remember that?
Yeah, she wanted to have kids.
Yeah.
And you said no.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So for you to start having kids at this point would be crazy.
Yeah, that was the reason for it too. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, and by the way, your wife doesn't have any shopping problems, right? They also said that. She shops too much and you're mad.
No, heck no.
You got enough money for a shopping spree?
I mean, that's why, the thing is that that's why I work, so we can enjoy some of the things.
Of course.
Right? I mean, we all do.
People have questions.
Why do we work this hard, Howard, if we didn't want to enjoy it, right?
Right. How are you enjoying it? What do you do to enjoy it?
Well, right now, we took an African trip within Africa on a safari, and then
do the Africans know you over there?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They don't mess with you over there.
You know what? The TV series, it's incredible. Because we have over 1 billion viewers.
Wow.
Worldwide.
Wow, even bigger than your films, probably.
Yeah, but even more than the films. Because the show airs every week all over the world.
Mm.
In fact, this Saturday is our finale. The finale, and we it's a 2-hour, by the way. So if your listeners who watch Walker should tune in at 9 o'clock rather than 10 o'clock. But anyway, guess who's on? Joan Jett.
Oh, no kidding.
Joan Jett plays a top flight assassin. And I have to do a big fight scene with her.
Really?
You could kick her ass.
Yeah.
Hey, did any of those Africans give you a shrunken head? I've always wanted one.
Chuck's head is smaller?
Yeah, Chuck's head. They try to shrink Chuck's head. No, I love that. And were you able to kill any zebra or...
No, actually, we got chased by a wild elephant over there.
You could not hurt the elephant. You couldn't use your karate on him.
It was amazing. We were doing a night safari.
Would you ever fight an elephant? If I could set that up for pay-per-view?
Pay-per-view, sure.
I wouldn't fight an elephant or a bear or anything.
Really? You would not fight a bear if I could get the rights for that?
No. Bear is the one thing, Howard, you would never get me to face off.
Really?
No, because you can't outrun them. You can't outclimb them. There's nothing you can do. They can run 45
Can't you kick them in the nuts?
No, I just did an episode of Walker last week that aired last week where I have a confrontation with a bear.
By the way, on my new show, Son of the Beach, you know that Notch Johnson, the lead character, his favorite show is your show.
Yeah. Oh, is that right?
Yeah, Walker, Texas Ranger.
Wow.
That's true. He always quotes it.
How in the world how do you do it? You talk about me working hard. I don't know how you do it, Howard.
Oh, you know what it is? I just want to give back to the people.
Yeah.
I'm a good man. Jackie, what is your question for Chuck Norris? Go ahead quickly. This man's very busy.
Yeah, I heard that he drank a cup full of his own urine every morning, and I was wondering if that was true.
Chuck, could that be true?
That is true.
Do you
not even close.
You do not.
Right now, I'm drinking a cup of coffee right now.
I don't know. You seem kind of like a freak to me.
Oh, come on.
What's the
matter?
I'm serious. You seem a little freaky.
Get out of here. By the way, the person on the phone, I recognize your voice. That is Les Moonves, the head of the CBS network. Wow. So, Chuck, you do not drink your own urine.
Hell no.
You drink anybody's urine.
Hell no.
And despite what this person just said, you are not a freak.
Not in that respect.
Oh, but what respect are you?
Please, I bet the score is
Robin, you know me long enough. You know me for 10 years, Robin.
Well, listen, the season finale of Walker, Texas Ranger, a special 2-hour episode tomorrow night at 9 p.m. on CBS. And let's just remember something. That A, Chuck's marriage is not in trouble. B, Chuck will not reverse his vasectomy.
No reversal of the vasectomy.
C,
urine in the morning.
That he doesn't drink urine. D, this is a man who, despite everything, could you take the greatest action stars, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, he could kick all of their ass in a real fight.
All of them together.
All of them together, probably. Steven Seagal, you don't have any problem calling Steven Seagal a pussy, do you?
You've already done it, Howard.
Exactly. All right, so he could take them all on.
At Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Could you kick his ass in a fight? I believe you could. Chuck Zito beat him up.
Well, again, like I said before, I was the world champion for 6 years. No one ever beat me, so.
Right, exactly.
What about Chuck Zito?
Oh, man, Chuck and Chuck.
He's a good guy. Chuck's the greatest stuntman.
Could you kick his ass?
Huh?
Can you kick his ass?
I don't know. He'd be a tough guy to fight.
Right. Because Chuck Zito, the only person he's afraid of is divorce lawyers. Other than that, that's right.
We all are of that. Yeah, if you talk to Chuck, tell him hi for me, will you?
I absolutely will. Somebody doesn't beat me up. All right, the great Chuck Norris, when you're in New York, please come visit us.
You can count on that.
And please say hello to that beautiful wife of yours.
I sure will, Howard. You and Robin, Gary, and I'll take care, huh?
All right, take care. Chuck Norris, and don't forget the season finale of Walker, Texas Ranger, a special 2-hour episode tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on CBS. Everyone is watching it, even in Africa. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
The great Chuck Norris. There it is.
He
answered all the questions.
And we've gotten it straight from the horse's mouth.
John the Stutter, I want to thank you for coming here. I have Kid Rock, who is waiting to come on. I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to meet him.
What music do you listen to, John?
You like Kid Rock?
No, I like late 60s and early 70s rock. Yes, The Who, Hendrix, Zeppelin,
Oh, this kind of classic rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, then you can leave the room. All right, John the Stutterer, thank you for coming in.
Okay. Howard,
All right, Fred, let him talk. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he doesn't
want a quick.
There's nothing quick about you.
I thought it would they break comedic fodder
you're about as funny as I get.
I don't want to miss a second.
What I suffer from the so-called.
You know what's amazing? You know whatever he has to say isn't even that important.
I just love him struggling to say it.
Yeah.
No, it's very funny.
And what's great about it is his hands rock back and forth when he stutters.
Yeah.
The whole body goes.
You want to endorse a high school candidate? I know one running for treasurer. Yeah, go ahead. Make your point. I know you have something serious to say.
Okay. Well, I suffer from something called the so-called psychotic form of body dysmorphia, and the biggest symptom of that is that I feel my head's too small and slowly shrinking.
You think your head is so you feel like you have a shrunken head?
Yeah.
You think your head is shrinking? In fact, your head is very big.
It is?
It's just the opposite.
Growing.
Yeah. It looks actually large to me compared to the rest of your body, yeah.
It's bigger than the last time you were here.
Yeah.
Howard.
Yeah.
You mean tell me he looks in the mirror and he sees Beetlejuice?
Right. In fact, your head's the size of a pumpkin. I wouldn't worry about a thing. John the Stutterer, thank you. Is there anything you need to plug? Are you appearing anywhere? Are you doing anything in the future that you need to say to us?
Oh, no. Just one last quick thing. I promise. I wanted to stump a Jackie real quickly.
No, I got Kid Rock here. All right, go, if you can do it quickly, I'll appreciate it.
Okay. Well, what do you call a young black woman who uses rich old men for her money?
What do you call a young black woman who uses rich old men to make a living?
Yeah.
For the money,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm dying to see you.
Well, then, this is a somewhat racist,
No!
a joke,
I would never have guessed.
Well, I'm not a racist, but the answer is a gold nigger.
A
gold digger, gold nigger.
Oh,
So bad, it's not even funny.
First of all, as a racist joke, you didn't tell it right. First of all, I don't approve of this, but the answer is a nigolo instead of a gigolo. And I've heard that before, and it's
pretty bad too.
It's a terrible joke. It's a horrible joke. Go ahead, Robin. Say what you have to say.
A woman who goes after rich men is not a gigolo.
No. Right. That doesn't make sense. And what did he say?
A gold nigger.
Well, the guy who told it to me one time after I beat him up said gigolo.
But that would be a guy.
I know.
Comedy is not always perfect.
In your case, it's never perfect.
Because you're telling me that is the answer to the joke?
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Gold.
Nigger, that's the answer.
All right. Well, I don't like that joke. But
I know that Jackie loves it. It's not a joke. Just holding.
Did you make that up?
Yes. Yeah.
You bastard.
Thank you, John the Stutterer. In addition to all your problems, you're also a racist.
And not funny.
And not an unfunny racist. At least Daniel Carver makes us laugh.
No, I'm not a racist.
You don't. That's not racist. All right, listen, we got to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to meet Kid Rock, who is taking the country by storm.
And he's with Uncle Cracker.
Robin. More on that when we get back.
Ballbuster and phony phone caller, Huntsville Ford.
Let's go to line 3. Who's this, please?
Daniel Carver.
Hi, Daniel.
Sears Benches what?
What did you say? Company what?
Sears Benches what?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
You're so dumb you don't hear what I'm saying.
Thank you. Let's go to line 2. Who's this, please?
Reach out and with someone. Anyone. It's the Howard Stern Show.
You give those guys they just agree with whatever you ask them. Sir, I've got my kids with me. Is it spicy? Is it sweet and sour? Oh, yes, sir. Oh, God. Oh, spicy. Oh, that's good. You get Are there crayons in this? Oh, I need crayons, yes, sir. Crayons, vegetable, yes, sir. Okay. Crayons, vegetable, oh, yes. You know your head's on fire. You know that. Oh, yeah, I don't mind it. Oh, boy, I don't mind it.
All right.
Did I do your plug already? Yes, you did.
Oh, good. My God.
Feel free to do it.
I think there's a movie about the life of Linda McCartney with Paul McCartney. They say it's hard. Linda Stasius gets a 2 stars. Says it's horrible.
Yes,
very
it's
boring.
coming on this weekend, is it? Our
Yeah.
CBS?
I don't know. No. Our network. We're about as much a part of the network as they don't include us.
I'm claiming it.
All right. Anyway, Kid Rock, an old friend of the show. He's having a great career, and he deserves it. And now he has a deal with the record company. I think if you get big enough, they give you your own deal where if he discovers talent.
He has like a label or something?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a label, but he gets points on the guy's album.
Is that right? It's like a...
There he is. That's Kid Rock. Look at him.
Uh-oh, I got to change my list.
And he's showing off his muscles.
I got to put him on the sexy man list. He's in the 6.
Kid,
He's got a good move. Like, he walks in the jacket, and then he strips.
you do a strip as you walk in.
I'm all fly like that.
What do? You wear a jacket and then you reveal yourself? Yeah, you do that on stage as well. I've seen you fly.
Chicks dig it.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah, I certainly enjoyed it. Thank you.
All for you, Robin, baby.
Robin wants you. You wear on your arm a tattoo that says Paul. Now, I know your real name is like Bob or something.
Yeah.
So why Paul?
That was my cousin, actually. He killed himself, so got drunk one night, went in there, you just kind of remember him. But it's funny, it shows wherever you're at, kids think they're like, Paul! Paul, what's up, Paul?
Right. So you put the word Paul on your arm to forever commemorate him.
I was wasted.
Yeah. Are you sorry you put the name Paul on your arm?
No, it's cool, man,
It looks good.
Something positive for the kids. I'm like, hey, don't kill yourself.
Yeah, don't drink and kill yourself.
I'll be wearing you on my arm.
Right. So, kid, I was just explaining to Robin, and in a second I'll introduce everybody to Uncle Cracker.
Right.
I was explaining that when you get big enough, if you sell enough records with a record company, that they give you you don't have your own record label, do you?
Yeah, I've had
you
like
do.
10 years.
Okay. So you have your own label, and the record company allows you to sign your friends and people that you believe in as artists.
Right.
And you get points on the guy's album.
Yeah, well, that's how most people work it out.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's you.
I didn't work it out like that.
You're not taking a percentage of Uncle Cracker's dough.
Yeah, but I get that from Atlantic.
Oh, you do, but not
I get enough. There's so many points to a record. There's like 100, and a standard deal's like 13 or 14 points. So actually, when you do a production deal, it's usually like a 50-50 thing. And then out of the 13 points, there's nothing left. It's like 13.
It's very hard to make money.
So I make them give me a lot more points than that, and then I give the artist what's more fair than them signing the deal on their own.
I see. So you're better to the artist than the record company.
I'm the working man's man.
You are. But you'll make some money on that. I mean, why not? I mean,
of course.
You should.
Of course.
And Uncle Cracker, this is exciting for you.
Very.
You know what? He doesn't look anything like I expected. When you announced that Uncle Cracker was coming,
right?
I got
no
a picture in my head. Yeah.
Uncle Cracker,
Confederate flag wrapped around
Uncle Cracker, you are a young man, are you not?
I'm young.
Yeah. What are you in your 20s?
24.
You're 24 years old. When we
How
hear,
did you get the name Uncle Cracker?
It was originally
Cracker.
Yeah.
Lowry wouldn't let us use it.
There's some bands,
Oh, there's a band called Cracker.
This is called Cracker.
Well, that always happens.
Yeah.
All right, so Uncle Cracker's on his way. All right, there's a bunch of things I got to ask you guys about, okay? First of all, Kid Rock, I didn't know that. I knew you grew up in Detroit and all that, but I didn't realize your father's a wealthy guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought you grew up like in the slums in the black community. You did not.
He's never seen a slum.
Yeah. And you could have easily gone into your dad's business. Your dad is
selling cars, man.
But what kind of cars does your dad sell?
Lincoln Mercury.
Lincoln Mercury.
Well, he's retired now.
Right, and that was a big business. And your dad, you were a disappointment to your dad because you did not want to sell cars, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. I didn't want to do anything.
Was your dad a millionaire? He must have been a millionaire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still is. He built his business. He went to college, put himself through school, built a business.
Are you close with him?
Yeah, no, we just were pruning trees the other day.
Yeah, but your dad,
some brush.
But your dad must find you not now, but must have found you a disappointment because in high school you got thrown out of high school, didn't you?
Yeah, several.
Yeah, you were a badass.
Yeah,
and you would hang around with black people and get them pregnant and stuff like that.
How did this happen?
Yeah, how do you do that? I mean,
hey, it's true.
Worked hard.
Why? How did you become such a rebel? You would think you would have towed the line and kissed your dad's ass, gone into the business.
Yeah, I think I was a little pissed. He had this good car business and stuff. Like my first car is like an Escort. Like tore up. All my friends are coming in like new Trans Ams. Like,
so you were angry.
Got a car lot.
You were angry because your dad didn't give you a good car. I can see that.
And he had to cut the lawn, so I was pissed about
it. That is right. So in other words, here the family must have been puzzled because here you are, a guy who'd be up in his room listening to a lot of
turntables set up, my breakdance mat, my hat backwards, Yeah,
you would
and sagging in church, My dad's like, you're a disgrace.
Right, and this is upsetting to him.
Yeah.
And you're getting tattooed.
Oh yeah.
And that ain't right? Because your dad's a conservative guy, and you probably grew up in a conservative area.
Oh yeah, trying to get you in, the blue sport coat, the khakis.
And what would you get? And what would you get suspended for in school?
Jeez. Mostly the biggest thing that I would just get thrown out for was just like the teachers would come up with a way to do something, and I just raise my hand and be like, all right, but what if you and they're like twist it all around it? So I cannot teach with you in my class. Get out. I mean, I fell through when I was in 6th grade. We had this thing we used to climb in the ceiling tiles.
Right.
the girls' bathroom and stuff, and I like dropped something through the library one day, and then I caught this chick. She's standing up on the toilet, like dancing around with her pants down, and I'm like, I'm looking, I'm like, I start laughing. She looks up, she immediately starts bawling, starts crying. I run out of there. I get down, I'm like, hey, don't say anything. Don't tell, man, don't tell. She runs right to the office, tells. I get thrown out for that.
Wow. So you got, and when you would come home, was your father a strict disciplinarian?
Paddle.
A battle?
Paddle.
Oh, paddle. He paddle you.
Touch your toes.
Oh, you had to bend over?
Oh, yeah.
Your dad would beat you.
Beat me.
So the beatings would not work.
An abused child.
So the beatings would not work. To anyone out there paddling the kid, you could turn out to have Kid Rock on your head.
Oh, no.
Right. So this is upsetting to your family. And then
but he has other brothers, and did they go into the business with your dad?
My one brother tried it.
So nobody actually did.
Nobody really wanted any part of it.
Right. Why should you want a part of that? I mean, that's not your thing.
It would have been good money, but, in the end, I just probably would have screwed it all up and would have gone right down the toilet.
Ruined the business.
And would you say to your dad, I love music, I want to be a musician, and would he call you a moron? Would he whack you?
No, not really. It's just,
Did he even
it was the whole thing from black culture and white culture. I can't really blame it. They didn't have any clue of this.
Right, he didn't even think what you were listening to was music.
Right, I'm going out and DJing this party in Mount Clemens. You gotta be careful over there.
And you dated a lot of black women.
Some. I don't know what it is. I dated a lot of women.
You dated a lot of women in general, but your family must have been concerned.
It was never the end of the. It was never the biggest issue in the world. But it was never the easiest issue in the world either.
Right. There was just a lot. There were so many issues on the table.
Oh, welcome, honey. Come on in.
So did you drop out of high school?
No, actually, I got a record deal when I was in high school. I had this sweet deal worked out where I pretty much just had to show up. I only had to go till noon.
Really?
They let me out. I could go to the studio. I didn't have to do nothing.
Really?
Like, you just show up, you're out. I paid this kid $10 to literally do it. I got thrown out of English class because I wouldn't read. I hate reading. I still don't read to this day.
You don't read?
No.
You know how to read, though?
Yeah, I'm literate.
Right. Okay, I don't know.
You can read, yes.
Yeah, so I had this kid and paid him $10 to do each paper, and I told the teacher, he's like, that's fine.
Right. He didn't care.
I drank like a quart of beer on the way to school. I come in literally like,
yeah, but
the whole class.
Yeah, but you act like you're very casual about this stuff. But the fact of the matter is, I read that you have an ulcer. Is that true?
No.
Is that not true that you've had ulcers?
No, never.
That you get upset about a lot of things? Admit it. Admit it.
Now, this is
I don't get upset about nothing.
You don't get. You really are that easy
You
going.
have a child. Is that child required to go to school and get good grades? And
of course.
You paddle him. Do you paddle him when he does the bad thing?
No,
you
he's
don't.
so spoiled. Man.
Right, of course. Now, you don't have to paddle your kid, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because I don't. I paddle the kids regularly. No, I would never do that.
Paddle?
I've never even hit my kids, ever. I would never do that.
I used to give him the old hand smack if he'd like put his fingers near the light socket. Something that's going to hurt him, then I'd...
A little whack?
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been okay just to say, don't do that.
No. You gotta hit their hands. If they're going for something that's gonna hurt themselves, he's picking up, goes in the kitchen drawer if you don't have the little child locks on there or something, and playing with them.
Well, why did you hit yourself for not having the child lock?
Hey, so we should smack you in the head.
I did not have any money then, and my dad was not kicking out anything.
He did not help you support you because right. You even had to save money for your turntables.
No, he did for my second record, Early Morning Stone Pimp. He gave me a loan of like $4,500. I went to my uncle first. I'm like, I need to get some cash to do this record. My uncle's like.
By the way, Robin's too embarrassed to ask, but she would like to paddle Uncle Crocker. All right. Here's a couple other things I have to ask you about.
Sure. You have to.
Yeah, I have to. This is it. All right. So, that night I saw you with James King, the supermodel.
Yeah.
I saw you out on the town having a date with her.
Absolutely.
I thought that it was an arranged date. I did not think that you were really into her.
Really together.
I didn't think you were together. I don't know
what do you really mean. This is truly something else.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. The two of you didn't look like you were really together. It didn't look like you were in love. It didn't look like you were. It looked like something.
What did it look like?
It looked like somehow like some publicist said, "Hey, Kid Rock, you go out with James King," and I didn't look like you were into her.
What gave you this vibe?
I don't know. James King looked like she was being held prisoner. so I don't know what it was. But this is your girlfriend now.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's not a publicity stunt?
Man, I got way better publicity stunts than that.
So James King, the supermodel, was a beautiful girl.
Yes.
Your father must be proud now.
Oh, they're all in.
Do you bring her home to Dad?
Yeah.
You did. Let him paddle her. So this is exciting. But what is it like to be in bed with a supermodel?
Who says we've been in bed?
You haven't slept with her yet.
Oh, man, he's really turned over a new leaf.
Man, you're really in love. What happened? Did you talk about her? You're afraid she'll leave?
What's that?
And you're monogamous with her? No other girls?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
How long has that been going on?
I
think you were
since
an
the
outlaw.
Grammys.
Since the Grammys.
I am an outlaw. I already outlawed everything in America.
So you're telling me. By the way, Uncle Cracker cannot believe.
He's like,
He wants
do
to know,
I get that?
when do I get a supermodel? So you got to sell a few records for us, Uncle Cracker. Understand? But the deal is that how do you meet a girl like this? Was it?
Actually, we met at the MTV. What was it? The first thing we ever did for them, the Fashionably Loud.
Right.
We ended up hanging out. We've been friends for like 2 years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And we've been friends, always talking on the phone, what's up. And we just hang out. We'd always bump into each other in weird spots. Like, I'd just be walking down the street in L.A. and, like, bounce into her and Johnny Rockets. And then we'd hang out for a few days here and there.
So, in other words, it wasn't sexual for a long time.
No.
And which is odd with you, because I would think you would just be doing a hit-and-run kind of thing.
Well, I've been known to hit and run once.
Right. And the thing is that all of a sudden you have a friendship where you actually just were friends. You talked.
Yeah.
Now, I have women I know who I talk to. I'm friends with. You're telling me that eventually I could end up in their pants?
Yeah. It's hard to find a cool chick to talk to. You know what I mean?
Right.
I generally do not like hanging out with chicks and talking to them.
You do
Yeah, that was the vibe I got when you were in here. They were hardly worth bothering.
Well, when you're on the road, and you get a real distorted picture of women. You think that's all that's out. You got chicks like on the bus, like shoving bowling pins in them and doing like all this crazy stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So wait, you want to meet my mom?
Was it your fault?
I've had James King, the supermodel, on the show.
Yeah.
And she's a very together girl. I like her. She had her problems.
See, that's the thing. She's like together.
Yeah, she had her problems with heroin and stuff like that, but she seems to have cleaned up her act.
Yeah, she's totally clean.
Totally clean. And but she likes the bad boys. That's what she goes for, right? So she sees you as a bad boy.
I don't know what other
Well, let
bad
me
boys
ask you
are.
something. I mean, you're no teetotaler.
Right.
What's a teetotaler?
You drink, right?
What you call me?
You drink and do drugs, right?
I drink, yeah.
You drink. So can you? So what does James do when you go out and get drunk and stuff? She can't even partake.
Oh, she'll have a beer or something.
Yeah, great.
You're leading her down the wrong path.
She's in rehab.
She's cool. She does her thing. I do mine, and like that's why we're going out. Cause there's no static about nothing.
Yeah, but let me understand something. You're telling me that when it comes to sex, this is the only girl you're having sex with?
Yep.
For real?
Yeah.
Your nose isn't growing.
Ask Cracker, man.
Cracker, is that true?
That's true.
Like I'm going to believe him.
The car.
Yeah, right.
I produced his
Cracker says it.
I produced his record, put it out on my label. Ask him. He won't lie.
Are you in love with James King, the supermodel?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Are you going to marry her?
Hey, slow down.
You've only been going out with her a few months. By the way, you don't know this, but Uncle Cracker's in love with James King as well.
I think every man probably is in some way.
And why her? What is so special about her?
She's got it together.
Right. And so it took you 2 years to get into her pants.
I've never been with a chick that's had it together. Like, I'm used to, like, dating these chicks that, like, number one, they're usually dancers. Psycho. I mean, I'm a psycho magnet. Literally, some chick comes in, she's like, I need to find a guy that can be my emotional tampon that I can just dump on once a month and like take out of it. And she's totally had. I'm like, I love you. I love you. James figured out chicks actually brush their teeth before they go to bed. It was kind of, you got a chick. You know what it's like? I'm just finding this. I know what it's like to have a chick that doesn't walk around the house all day in a pair of sweatpants and like a shirt down to her knees.
Right, you're going, I don't have anything to do.
Right.
I mean, she actually has a life.
Yeah. How come I can't go to the Grammys with you?
Right.
MTV.
Yeah. Lays in bed till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, that's a real drug, I'll tell you. I mean, I imagine.
It's the first chick I've ever bought stuff for.
I don't know. I got nothing going on. This guy's got it all going on. So wait a second. So you are telling me
that's it.
That this is it.
That's right.
Where is she right now?
Sleeping.
In L.A. or in New York?
She's in New York.
She's traveling with you.
No, yeah.
Really?
She's out here doing stuff. We kind of work it out where she's doing stuff, And
she's skinny, too. I like that. I love skinny chicks.
She's nice.
How's she up top? She got some boobs?
You don't remember?
I don't.
He didn't even give me a chance to answer. Robin's just on it. Like, as soon as I open my mouth, he's like, what? You don't know?
Yeah, what's with she got boobs or no?
No,
I don't need big boobs.
No, she doesn't have huge boobs.
What does she got?
Pennies, nickels, a quarter. She's nice.
Pennies, nickels, or quarters.
Yeah. She's like, you know, she gets up. See, I feel kind of bad all of a sudden because I'm in this relationship where, like, my girlfriend gets up. You know, she like runs like 10 miles every morning, like egg
She
whites,
really works.
no butter on the toast and stuff like that. You know, she comes up from working out sweating. I got like eggs, bacon laid out, sitting there with like a pot of coffee, smoking cigarettes.
And she's like a health freak.
Right, I started like, you got to be careful what you put in your body. And I'm like, I know.
And you're eating eggs and bacon.
Smoking a cigarette while
she has to stay very thin because of and
She also has to take care of her skin and the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. And you know, it's weird, you know, being with a chick, you know, I got my toiletry bag. I got, like, Pert, you know, shaving cream, like some Old Spice deodorant, you know, my toothbrush. Then, like, on her side of the bathroom, it's like, you know, a drugstore or, like, whatever you would call it. You know, there's, like, stuff to
tons of stuff.
Put on your eyelashes and clean your ears with and, like, you know, clean between your toes. And,
she comes
with Q-tips.
So she comes around with you. You need her there to have emotional support and this kind of thing. You need a woman. Yeah. Right? She doesn't cramp your style when she's
not at all. Not at all.
But she has such a great life that she can schedule her whatever she does around whatever he has to do.
Well, dating a model's got to be the greatest thing.
Yeah, well, she's from the Midwest, too, so we got that, you know, whole... You know, she's from the sticks. I'm from the sticks.
Must be
like
great.
Drink beer and...
It must be great being in bed with a supermodel, though. I can't imagine what the hell that's like. I mean, that is...
Is that different? Well, he's been with all kinds of women. Is it really different in bed?
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Let's get right down to it.
Sure.
Does she bring other broads home for you?
No, but she will get broads for guys in the band. Like, she got my guitar player hooked up at a bar. You know, she'll be like, why aren't you with anybody? And he'll be like, she's like, I'm going to find you a house chicken.
Really?
Yeah. She's totally cool, man. I'm telling you.
Wow. And she knows what she's doing in the sack, huh? No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
And so is it different than sleeping with a regular girl?
Yeah, I mean, to have someone that was super...
Yeah, you know, it's actually weird to wake up and go like, you know, I don't mind you staying here. I don't mind you staying here.
Well, imagine when she's laying in your bed, you must go, man, my bed looks good. I mean,
it looks a lot better than with
some of those other. Yeah, I mean, some of the slobs in the old days, you want to keep your eyes shut, right? Yeah, right. Jesus.
No, leave the light off.
Keep the lights low. Well, this sounds fantastic. Life sounds great for Kid Rock. And Uncle Cracker is just slowly behind him, creeping up into the supermodel category.
He's setting goals.
All right. So this is very good. Now, is it true that after you performed at my birthday show, somebody told me you got right off stage and threw up? Is that true?
I think so. I was sick.
You were so sick.
Flu.
You came in like a trooper and you did the show, and then you vomited.
Yeah. Then I got on a plane when I took my kid on a field trip all day.
Really?
So I'm on this field trip with I was on the radio with 6:37 in the morning. I was playing live. Then at 11 a.m. I'm at my son's school, and I take him to this field trip. And this was before we switched schools at the semester before I really knew any of the parents and stuff. We're all turned out to be really cool. But this morning, I'm just kind of sitting there, and I'm overhearing some people, and they're like, I hear this one. She's like, oh, my God, I had the craziest morning. And she's like talking to her friends. I'm just sitting there like, I wish I could tell these people what I just did.
Yeah, right.
Talk about a crazy morning.
And what is it like when you show up at a school trip? I mean, do the parents treat you with respect? And the teachers?
It's all cool, man.
They like you.
It's cool.
Hey, does James King ever wake you with fellatio, like you're just laying in bed and you're asleep, and all of a sudden you feel something going on in your lap?
Sounds like a yes to me.
That sounds like a yes.
But is she now, like, mom?
What's that?
Is she mom to your kid, or what?
No, man. You don't expect that from any girl.
Man, his son must go wild when the James King is laying out.
They're great, you know.
I bet.
Well,
yeah.
James, come over tonight.
Yeah. Hey, where's stepmommy? Can't James model? I mean, can't she put me to sleep?
It's not a bad thing.
God, that's great. Are you kidding? I love it. I'm jealous. Now, before we get to, I want to hear a little bit of Uncle Cracker and see what he's up to.
Sure.
That's the reason we're celebrating today. But two of your biggest fans.
How does a person get selected by you, like pulled out of the crowd? Like, what are you looking for in your artists?
Money.
Yeah, right. Of course. Somebody who can make a couple of bucks. Right. Grillo, you're on the air. Is this Grillo, my old intern?
What's up, dude?
Hey, how you doing? What do you want to say to Kid Rock?
Well, I knew some chick about a year ago that was at a record party, and he did her in the bath.
What?
Who
did you do in the bathroom?
It's not like, no, that never happened.
Yeah. What did you say, Grillo? Your girlfriend banged Kid Rock in the bathroom?
Well, not really girlfriend, just sort of a friend that I know.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And just
probably was his girlfriend. I don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
The way I heard it
needless
was,
to say.
it was a girl he was sort of singing, and Grillo didn't have a problem with it because it was Kid Rock.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Guys are real cool with that.
Obviously, Grillo hasn't graduated to supermodel.
Grillo, you saying you let Kid Rock bang your girlfriend because he's Kid Rock?
Well, yeah, he's the man. What's the problem?
That's a good attitude, dude.
Thank you.
Grillo, he used to...
I'll return the favor.
Way to go, Grillo.
Thanks, man.
All right, Grillo used to be my intern and bring me my lunch every day. He screwed it up every day.
Every day.
All right, Grillo, what are you doing? What are you doing now? Tell the people, are you standing in the welfare line or what?
Yes. I bartended at a club called Hush.
All right, thanks, Grillo.
Come on down.
You'd be surprised on the road. Some of these guys, you come up with their girlfriends so often.
Yeah.
And they give
I've had that. I've had that happen.
Yeah.
I was once at a
When
signing.
were you on the road?
I was never on the road, but someone offered me their girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah, when I was in Washington, D.C., I had a record album out, and I went to the record store. Oh, easy, Fred.
Jeez, Fred.
I went to the... We're not paying him enough attention. I went to the record store, and this guy said, you want to have sex with my girlfriend? I said, why would you? And she was gorgeous. I said, first of all, I'm married, and I said...
Can you keep this real quiet?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's real quiet.
I said, can we kill your girlfriend afterward? All right, wait, listen, let me just say something. But the guy offered me his girlfriend. 2 women contacted us and said they want to meet you. Because they're your biggest fan. You've heard this a million times. I like to see fans' reactions to a superstar. So here is Dar.
Dar.
This is first Dar, who was crying. She heard that she could meet Kid Rock. You gotta love this. Oh, there she is. Regular girl. All right.
She's still crying.
Supermodel. Hi, Dar. How are you?
Hi, Howard.
Why were you crying when you had to... by the way, look at him. There is Kid Rock.
What's up, baby?
Hi.
How are you?
Like you. Could be love.
Oh, I'm sure it could be.
Could be borderline stalking.
Right. Now, what do you want to say to Kid Rock? It was so important for you to get in here and see him. And that's Uncle Cracker,
Why
by
is
the
she
way.
crying?
Why are you crying?
Well, in his presence, I would cry, but I could if you want me to, but I'd rather have some fun.
Jackie's like, come on, cry.
Oh, we'd rather see you.
Jackie.
You better start bawling.
First of all, do you want to date Kid Rock? Because he dates supermodel James King. I mean...
Well, he doesn't like tall girls.
What?
What?
No, listen.
Are you sure it's Kid Rock?
You could have me confused with Greg Allman.
Right, I think you got the wrong person. What are you showing us?
Well, you know, Howard, I have this dream, and I don't dream about too many people.
Right.
How old a girl are we talking to?
You got to be what, 40? How old are you?
Close to 40.
How old are you?
Close to 40.
Are you about 40 years old? Yeah, that's what I figured.
Is it really?
Because you're wearing a belly shirt and you got a bit of a belly, I'll tell you that.
I do. You are.
You got a gut.
Well, you know, you're so mean. Let me see your belly.
No, it's worse than
I've had 2 kids. I'll put mine up against yours right now.
All right, take it easy. All right.
No, I came to have fun.
You want to see me?
I came to have fun. You want to see me?
All right, honey, what do you want to say to Kid Rock? Go ahead.
Well,
Have you been drinking, by the way?
No.
You have not, okay.
Where are you? I'm going to get this microphone.
All right, go ahead. Tell us what you want to say to Kid Rock and Uncle Cracker.
Well, I wanted to meet you, too.
Yes.
See, it's all Floyd to you.
I don't remember you.
You don't remember
No, where
changed.
did I meet you?
I've changed.
Where were you?
Here?
Yeah, I know I don't
There?
remember you. No.
The other place?
Do you have any sharp objects in your pocket?
I may never get aroused again.
Kid, I think you're wonderful. I was on the beach with my son yesterday, and he didn't know I was coming here, and he was rocking to you on the beach. He's 12. I let them listen because I really think you're like an enigma, you know? You're very special.
What does enigma mean? Do you know?
Yeah, someone that breaks out of the ordinary and doesn't follow.
That's not an enigma. An enigma is a mystery.
That's it, a mystery.
Yeah. So why would you say if you say he's in an enigma?
I love
All right,
that.
listen. All right. Thank you so much, Dar.
Oh, do I have to go? I get to undress?
Oh, you want to take off your clothes? Oh, go ahead and take off your clothes. Chick, would you like to see her naked?
Why not? That you were going to do this?
Personally, I prefer if you kept your clothes on, but what? What is that, Jackie?
You felt on.
Yeah, all right. All right, take off your clothes. Let's take a look.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, what's up to you?
You're out.
All right, goodbye.
Snooze, you lose.
Okay.
All right, nice to meet you,
Nice to
Dar.
meet you, babe.
All right.
You'd rather see Kid Rock nude?
You'd rather see Kid Rock nude?
Well, okay, now, if I take my clothes off and you think I'm hot, you're all going to apologize.
All right, let's see. Right.
All right. I might make you get on your knees now because I'm a queen.
All right, let me see. I'll be honest with you. Take your clothes off.
Just into an undie with no top.
Okay, go ahead.
There's going to be an apology forthcoming.
All right, go ahead.
I might look real hot. Come over here, you.
All right, go ahead. Get into your undies with no top.
Shut you bastard.
Uncle Cracker.
You're cute, don't worry.
Uncle Cracker, do you want to see her naked?
Yeah, let's see.
All right.
What a guy.
Uncle Cracker with
You're
you.
gonna do me a favor,
His new- Oh, let me see. Oh, well, you got on a thong or something? Or a bikini bottom?
Well, is there apology for
how do I do this? Holding on this back.
Just get those clothes off quick.
Hey, baby, nothing happens that quick.
All right. Your 12-year-old son must be very proud.
He doesn't know I'm here, and he is.
All right. Oh, this woman is married. And the
Where's
husband
your
doesn't know she's
husband?
here. No?
No.
I bet he's on his way. I bet he'll be waiting for me downstairs when I come out of the building.
What'd you say?
He has no idea I'm here.
All right, go ahead. Kid Rock needs to see you.
Probably won't see this on TV either.
Well, how many clothes does she have on?
I had a pair of pants I had to get off with shoes.
All right, let me see. Take off your top. It doesn't look like you have much on top, but let's see. Look at those little things. Let me see those.
Not bad.
Not bad. Turn around. Let me see your ass.
No, it's apology, not nothing.
Turn around. Let me see your ass. It's not bad. Would you bang her?
What's that?
Would you bang her seriously?
Probably about like 7 million records ago.
Really? Yeah. Well, yeah. You wouldn't bang her now.
Wait a second. You said if I was hot, that you would say you apologize.
What's that?
If I was hot, you would say.
Well, you ain't no James King. You're more like Sky King.
What are you talking about? I've seen your wife.
Who is Sky King?
I'm married for 13 years, honey pie.
Yeah, well, I was married for 20, so what?
Yeah, but your wife doesn't look like me.
My wife looks better than you.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I doubt it.
Yeah, you want to bet?
Wait, maybe this side?
Yeah, every side.
Oh, 13 years to a husband, probably she's like 43.
Yeah.
Boy.
Well, anyway, yeah.
I'm going to get into a shout again. How good I am.
Why don't you yell at her?
That's what you do every day, Howard.
This is what I do every day. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an old girl.
I think Uncle Cracker would do you.
I stayed very well for my husband.
Uncle Cracker, will you do her?
You'd be lucky if your wife of 13 years looks this good.
I'd be lucky to have a wife for 13 years.
That's true. I believe that of you.
All right, listen, thank you very much, Dar.
You know, maybe I want to give up music.
Don't worry.
Hey, Howard.
I'm thinking about it.
I knew her if you cut her tongue out.
Right.
I didn't mean to knock you out. She's a beautiful woman.
Yes, thank you.
Not as pretty as me, though.
Running backwards.
All right, thank you very much. Hey, do you know who's going to open up a...
Is there another girl? Or can we take it?
No, we got another girl who wants to meet Kid Rock. But... The other one's like less annoying than this one. It is? Let me see her. This is a big fan of yours. We said she could come in. This is Kristen.
Notice how nobody gave an apology. Note to self.
Right.
I'm a queen.
I'm a queen.
You're going to be apologizing for that one.
Oh, this is a beautiful young girl. This is Kristen. She looks normal.
Yeah,
I'm normal.
Yeah, you've got to be more normal than the other girl.
You're not a queen.
3 hours in the room with her.
Now you called. What did you do?
They keep you in separate rooms.
Did you call? You spent 3 hours in a room with that woman?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Did you call in and say you wanted to meet Kid Rock? Is that
I emailed.
You emailed.
Yep.
You are a big fan.
Oh.
Well, there he is. Take a look at him.
Can I give him a hug, please?
I don't know that he's into that.
Sarah, come on over.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you got anything in your pockets?
Yeah, we got a fist. So go ahead and give him a hug. Oh yeah. But you into James King? You're busy grabbing her ass.
Hey.
He thought he'd do her a favor.
It's all about the fans.
Yeah. Good man.
I said I should grab your ass.
Well, do you want to say something?
I knew you were going to grab my ass.
Do you want to say, how old a woman are you? About 23 or so? How old are you?
19.
You're 19. And what do you want to say to Kid Rock? Go ahead, I'll give you your opportunity.
Thank you, for everything. You are my life.
Thank you.
Honestly, I know that sounds really...
You got to get a life. Go ahead.
I mean, what does your life consist of now that it's all about Kid Rock?
Oh, I have a life. I work, I go to school, but...
Do you have posters of him hanging on your wall and stuff? Oh, boy.
I have a whole scrapbook of
Really?
Really?
You a virgin?
What do you think?
No.
Not if you're into Kid Rock.
Yeah, I can't see that. You want to bang Uncle Cracker?
What is in that scrapbook? What is Kid Rock?
All right, so tell us what you love about Kid Rock real quick so we can move on.
Just everything. Basically, your music. I listen to it all the time.
What is your favorite song?
Killing me.
What is your favorite song?
God.
Only God knows why.
No. I like the older
harder
stuff. I like the
strollers?
older stuff. Yeah.
Balls in your mouth?
Probably like wax boot.
You like that?
Wax the booty.
That's
Wax the booty you
What
like.
did you learn from Wax the Booty?
All right, listen. I wanted to...
Speak to you.
One of my finer pieces.
Wax the Booty spoke to you? Right, okay. Listen, Kristen, nice to meet you. I'm glad we can make your dream come
Thanks,
true.
Dave.
Kid Rock.
Thank you.
All right,
very
thank you very much. Chauncey Hayden, you're on the air with Kid Rock and Uncle Cracker. Go ahead.
How's it going, everybody?
What's up, dude?
What's that?
Go ahead, say something, Chauncey.
This is kind of a coincidence because we have Frank Stallone on the cover of Something Out this week, and we asked him who his favorite band was, and he said Frank Stallone's favorite band is Kid Rock.
Well, there you go.
Why isn't he in here,
Who's Frank?
Frank Stallone, you know, Sylvester Stallone's brother. That's what everybody says. Now, hey, Chauncey, thanks for the news.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Let me hear a little bit.
He in here crying.
So what is it, kid? You heard Uncle Cracker. You haven't signed a lot of artists to your label. You don't just go around signing everyone. You felt that Uncle Cracker had something special.
He's been with me for 10 years.
He is your DJ in your band.
A lot of people don't know he co-wrote a lot of double with me, like Only God, Cowboy, Ball.
Is that right?
Yeah, he wrote all the stuff.
I'm going to start looking at you differently.
Really? You wrote that stuff, Uncle Cracker?
He wrote the whole last verse, Only God, Wasting Time, some Cowboy, Ball the Ball.
Right, so you give him a lot of credit, and you said, hey, if I ever have an opportunity, I'll get you your own record. Now, this is a solo album.
Mm-hmm.
And did you produce it, kid?
Yeah. He did it on the tour buses and in and out of hotel rooms.
All right, so that must have been fun. Let me hear a little. Now, you wrote all these songs yourself, Uncle Cracker?
Yeah.
All right, and...
See, now he gets serious. Everything else was a joke. Now you talk about his music.
It's all funny a minute ago, wasn't it, son?
The single is called Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. The CD is called Double Wide. Let me hear a little of Yeah, Yeah, Yeah.
La 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 la. That's it. La 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 la.
What the hell is that?
That's not my record.
Yes. Is that not it?
That's a top seller right there. Number one out of the box.
Is that?
What are you doing?
I'm telling you, that's what I put in. Is that it?
I might stutter when I talk, but I say what I see. I don't agree with every other little thing that's proven. I do a lot of things that I shouldn't be doing. I'll ruin everything you might have had in mind. I'm inconsistent, belligerent, solidified mind. Rhinestone, suburban style. I ain't got no money and I got no car. I might make par if it don't take much. See, I don't hide very far because I ride on love.
Sounds what?
Funny on the radio.
Was it the first time you heard it?
Stay pretty stuck in a rut like it should. And I do it for the love of everything that's still good. I don't know what I can hear. I know I never leave. The only place I want to be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know why I come here. I know I'll never leave. The only place I want to be. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like that. I like it.
Pretty good.
Very nice. I know our radio station here in New York is playing the song. What do? You sing that through like a megaphone or something?
Bullet mic. Yeah.
What's it called? A bullet mic?
Yeah, he's playing harmonica.
Cool. I need a mic like that.
Hey, this is Howard.
I like this song. What do you think, Robin?
I like it.
I don't know why I come here, but I know I'll never leave. The only place I want to be.
All right, Mike, you're on the air with Uncle Cracker and Kid Rock.
Hey, what's up, kid?
What do you say?
What's up?
You remember me?
Come on, let's talk.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right, get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Frank, you're on the air.
Is that you?
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah, I was security at Woodstock. This guy was a real dick to me.
Who was a dick?
The Kid Rock was a real dick.
Come on.
He was bad-mouthing the Beastie Boys because
Yeah.
he wouldn't give them, the Beasties a few years ago, wouldn't give them a shot to open up for Lollapalooza.
Do you not like the Beastie Boys?
The Beastie Boys don't even run Lollapalooza, you moron.
No. It was 4 years ago. Hey, don't make fun of my voice, man. I got cancer, all right?
So what?
I got a really bad accent.
Listen to me.
Who's this, Rudy Giuliani?
About this guy. All he was doing was bad-mouthing the Beastie Boys.
Do you not like the Beastie Boys?
What's that?
Seriously, do you not like them?
This guy's retarded.
Rock, let me ask you
What do you eat? Retarded flakes for breakfast?
Listen.
Are you on Howard's wall in the green room?
Did you see those pictures?
Hey, listen to me.
Hey, you meet me downstairs. You meet me downstairs. You meet me downstairs. You fuck nuts.
I'm CPRs with Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, please.
Oh, for crying out loud. What about you? Don't. But speaking of, you badmouth Eminem. You don't like him.
No, I love him.
You do like him.
He's on my record.
Oh.
There you go, trying to start
Nice shot, though.
All right.
Good try.
controversy again.
Hollywood story.
Well, what is that? Wait. Who writes the music? Uncle Cracker wrote it?
Kid Rock wrote this one.
Kid Rock wrote it.
No, Bones. Jimmy Bones, the keyboard player, came up with the lick, and I produced it all.
And I'ma be just fine. I saw the signs in the grass ain't green. I found love at the bottom of a pile of beans. She comes clean, she seems so jaded. And being underrated's underrated, but I don't hate it. I stay stuck in the rut.
Kid Rock, could you be spreading yourself too thin, though, if you start producing all these other people's albums and giving all your ideas and everything? Don't you?
Yeah, you gotta work hard to get on the VH1 behind the music.
There you go.
I gotta have goals, man.
Right. I like it. I like the hook. Good. Rich, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Kid Rock.
Hey, what's up?
You rule, man. You're like one of the best. But listen, why aren't you playing at the DFP concert?
What?
Dysfunctional Family Picnic concert. You're not booked for that?
Nope.
No.
You're not coming to that?
You
That's
played
too bad.
last year. It was wrong.
That was great. That was one of the best shows. Do you remember that concert? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do so many
That's where I
of them.
kind of met you at.
Yeah, that's right.
You were backstage.
Yeah,
You were talking.
I was preparing to go on stage with Rob Zombie.
Yeah,
that
We
is
took a
correct.
picture, me and Fred and Rob.
And then he told you that story.
Yeah,
Your
About the
mouth.
balls.
Balls in your mouth, yeah. That's a great song. Balls in
Which
your mouth.
didn't make the new record.
It's a mistake.
We were having trouble, like, with your manager, getting, like, the sample cleared. I'm like, you didn't even tell Howard. You know, I'm like, this guy didn't even tell.
I like this song. I bet you this is going to be a big hit. I think so. You got a video out?
Yeah, we did a video with Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson.
Oh, yeah? Got any broads in there?
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay. Come on. How good is making a video if you have broads?
I was going to ask you about that. So did Jackie Chan's people come to you and ask you to use Cowboy, or was it written for the movie?
No, they came to us.
Yeah, that was perfect for them.
Here's a pile of money. Can we use Cowboys?
Yeah, why not? What do they pay for something like that?
A lot of money.
Like $1 million?
No, usually between like 3 and 6.
Wow, $300,000 to $600,000.
You kidding me?
That's a lot of money. TC, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Kid Rock. I love you.
I love you too.
Much love. Yeah, go ahead.
I see you at Woodstock, and every time I hear that song "Ball with the Doll," it brings me right back.
All right, what can I do for you? Anything? All right, I think she's done. I'm going to sit here and kiss her ass all day. All right, Kid Rock and Uncle Cracker, congratulations.
Even he's tired of it.
Oh, wait, can I tell you the best hook I've got?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you get all this free stuff as a musician. You know, really you're like, wow, this is really cool. The other day I got a call, or we actually called Anheuser-Busch.
Go ahead.
So we could get some big Budweiser neon signs for the stage. And
Right.
I was like, would Kid Rock like to be on our VIP program? And my guy's like, yeah, what's that involve? He's like, well, every month we'll bring a truck by your house and drop off 5 cases of your favorite beer.
Is that
Really?
I have officially made it.
Wow.
How sweet is that?
give you the beer?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't even get
5
that.
cases of beer a month.
I met the guy from Budweiser the other night. He didn't put me on the list.
Jackie's
Oh, yeah.
jealous.
Man.
You know what?
You drink a lot of beer, don't you?
Yeah, I drink a lot of beer.
And he serves it to his friends.
Sure.
Go ahead, drink up, guys. The truck will be through in a month.
Anyway, it's always good to see you, man. And this is a kid's single out currently now. It's American Badass. Right?
Soon to be Joe C's remix American Short Ass.
Right. How is he? Is he all right?
He's good, man. Are you scared?
I like this song a lot. Are you on tour now?
Now going out in June.
June.
Metallica, Korn.
Hey, what happened when you hung out in that hotel room with Tim Robbins and Susan Sarandon? Was that weird?
Susan Sarandon wasn't there.
Oh, just Tim? Is he cool?
Tim and Sean Penn and Lars and me and Joey Palatulione.
Is that when you knew you made it? That you were hanging around with all those fancy
It's a
people?
little creepy.
did you say anything, or were you afraid of getting caught?
No, I was helping everybody. What's up, dude?
Dude, I would have gotten out of that room.
I seen you in that one movie. I'm like a complete idiot around.
I would have gotten right out of there. What is it, Baba Boohai?
Just they want to let you know that Kid Rock's CD, it's going to be called History of Rock. That's coming out May 30th, and Uncle Cracker's full CD is going to be available on June 13th.
So you mean this is not even
We
available?
can't even get these
The
things. What are you doing
The
to
singles
us?
are out.
The singles are out.
But that's the full CD.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right,
and always good seeing you. When we come back, we'll do the news for you, tell you everything that's going on. The great Kid Rock, and, of course, Uncle Cracker.
Give it up for everyone in Detroit.
Uncle Cracker.
Cheap plugs to Detroit, Northern Michigan.
And we'll be back right after these words.
Howard Stern Show. Hi, I'm Vinny Pastor from The Sopranos. At least I was, until they put me for life. I was Big Pussy, mobster turned rat. I love the show, starring that big pussy Howard Stern, married man turned single. Well, I'm sleeping with the fishes, and Howard, well, he's sleeping alone. Life sucks. If you need an actor, call me at 1-800-44-STERN. The Howard Stern Show.
The game is Ballbuster.
Just before this, did you notice that the entire audience missed John's joke? No, it was a joke that absolutely no one got.
You should think about jokes that bomb, let me tell you. And for adults, it's exciting.
I don't forget the open source, right? 30,000 people said, why the hell is this fat guy on stage?
You make strategic offensive and defensive moves.
You get one laugh. I remember, believe me.
Then try to bust your opponent's block.
You're saying I bombed 6 years ago. Your album bombed yesterday.
It's easy as checkers.
Jackie, I sold more albums in one album than you sold in 18. I always say that.
Like cool. You're a ball.
They paid me money to make mine. You pay to make yours. Don't forget that.
Ballbuster. A great new game from
Yeah, Ballbuster. God knows there's a lot of them.
How do a brother come and see you? Yeah, Robert, if you see this, get in contact with me. I'm always in the area somewhere. If not, leave a little message on the TV.
What would you do to Robin if you could get that contact?
I'd break Robin in half. For real. Robin look like she's holding a little something back there. For real, you know what I'm saying?
No.
I'd have to pour barbecue sauce all over her. Hickory-flavored barbecue sauce all over Robin. She got it going on.
That's Patrick
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure she is tasty, but the barbecue sauce would only make it better.
Yeah, this is the next locker room.
I'm like this. There's something with Charles pretty well. Janet Jackson used to get all the money. She could have it all. If you Robin, you can have the money and the food stamps.
Oh.
There you go. The Knicks locker room talking about Robin.
Too good. We overhear those conversations.
John the Stutterer has joined us for the news. He told a racist joke before we sent him out of the room to go cool off.
Got another
Watch Howard for allowing Ray to come back in.
It's Monday, huh?
You're the greatest man who has ever lived.
Ah, thank you. That's nice. And so are you, John the Stutterer.
And let me reiterate that I'm not a racist.
How can we prove that?
I just feel
sound like Crazy Train.
I just feel that political correctness has run wild.
Right. Okay.
So you're going to put an end to that.
Cares what you feel. I know we didn't get to our top 10 list. First thing Monday, everyone's going to read their top 10 list, including you, Robin.
Right. I'm going to work on mine this weekend. I realize that it's much tougher than I ever dreamed.
Casey and Ganji have already finished theirs.
Yeah.
Steve Reeves. That's correct. Was corrected, Steve Reeves. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Steve Reeves.
Poor Steve Reeves.
Brad Pitt.
My number one would be the
grandchildren.
Dom triplets.
Dom or triplets?
Number one.
The Dom triplets.
Dom triplets.
Yeah.
You like the Dom triplets?
Yeah.
All right, boy, that's a surprise.
Wow.
Why them?
Well, if you recall,
like a buzzsaw.
yeah. If you recall, I won the date with them. Remember?
You want a date with the Dom Triplets, right?
Yeah, you got to
right.
go
They were
up
very
there
nice to you.
Yeah.
They were nice to you.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I figure with you, it's like 1 out of 3 won't throw up. So
Yeah.
Can you get the hair out of your face instead of blowing on it every minute?
Yeah, I'll try to.
It's part of his look.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
The girls don't
well, my
like it
hair's
when he
falling
blows
out
the
from
hair
the drugs I take, so.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
By the way, Gay Ramon has a top 10 gay list.
Oh.
But Gay Ramon, call us with it on Monday when we do ours.
Everybody's top 10 list
Yeah.
Monday.
I'll be in New York Monday. Can I come in?
Oh, yeah. No.
Are you afraid?
Yeah. No, thanks.
There's nothing to be afraid of, baby.
Kind of kill the whole flavor.
Yeah, it's not exactly never
Talk
mind.
about women, right? Gay Ramon will be there.
Just call in Gay Ramon.
My list is complete. I worked hard all night on it.
Who's number 10?
Number 10, Richard Gere.
All right. Call in with that. By the way, we'll be giving away that trip to Politically Incorrect, and actually you're going to attend a Playboy.
Gay Ramon.
Yeah, you're going to attend a party at the Playboy Mansion.
He won't find it special at all.
You want to go?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course I would, yeah. Absolutely.
Can you fly? Can you do all that stuff?
Poor, so I probably couldn't afford.
No, we fly it.
Yeah, we do the thing.
Would you fly, meaning are you afraid to fly?
No, I would really love to go, but you've given me the date with the Dom Triplets and the
Do you want to go or not? I'm offering it to you.
Yes, sir. Oh, sure, yeah, I would. I can't believe it. All
right, here's the deal. Just shut up for a second. You want a trip to the taping of Politically Incorrect, and you will attend a party at the Playboy Mansion. Now, this is rare because I'm telling you.
See, your girlfriends, the Dom Triplets.
The Dom Triplets will probably be there. Check out Politically Incorrect from the Playboy Mansion all this week. Tonight is your final night to see that.
Yeah.
Check local listings for time and station, so you'll be going to a Playboy party. You want it?
I'm so happy that I want to perform.
You were gay. That's not even funny.
No, it's a joke.
That's some joke. We don't joke like that on this show.
The other joke.
Yeah. If you want to sit in the room, you don't joke like that.
That's no joke. That's no better than your first joke.
All right, so John the Stutter will be going out to that Playboy Mansion party. Robin, what's in the news, John the Stutter? If you have something to say, by all means, hold it in.
I think you just gave me the hiccups. I won't be able to get me.
Well, you do as much as you can, my darling.
No, I probably won't be able to do anything if I'm hiccuping through it. I just want to say, happy birthday, Pope.
How old?
The Pope is 80 years old.
Who's older, the Pope or Jackie?
Jackie. The Pope is 80 years old. You should see his hat has gotten so big.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's shrinking because the hat looks as tall as he is. You know, he's in his little Pope mobile. And I said, you know, here's a pretty powerful guy. You know, world leaders shake when he comes in and everybody wants to meet with him and people are always begging for an audience. And when he has a birthday.
By the way, he shakes too. Yeah.
When he has a birthday, Howard, what he does is he flies in priests from around the world.
It's my one treat. It is a big treat to be surrounded by the priests.
So he had a bunch of priests come over.
Boy, that's so the opposite of what I want for my birthday.
I know. It's always kind of fascinating what these guys get to do because they're all powerful. But
well, who needs chicks?
5,000 priests.
No nuns.
No.
Just priests.
Priests.
Interesting.
He celebrated his jubilee.
You will all come to me. Come to the mansion and sit with me. Wash my feet.
Would you like to go to a party at the Pope Mansion?
Yes.
No, I hate the Pope.
And there's no girls. Why don't you like the Pope?
I'm and an atheist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would be too if I was.
I don't believe in anything either if I were you.
Could there be a God?
There's a God, he's a real prick.
I know. People say like God's so wonderful and loving. What did he do to you?
I heard somebody say the other day, even if he gives you a disease, it is a blessing, and you should look to see what the lesson is he's trying to give you.
Oh, who said that, Kathy Lee?
I think so.
You know, I used to think Chris Rock was the funniest guy in the world. No, it's God. Because if there's a God, man, he's making a joke out of a lot of us.
Himself a good time.
Yeah. By the way, the Pope is coming out with a list of the top 10 best-looking altar boys. So we're going to put that on our show.
Yes, so he's up there celebrating with the 5,000 priests. They must all be having a really good time. And they say that the Pope, this shows that the Pope is not ready to quit, that resignation is not in his thoughts.
It's not an option.
That he feels he still has a lot of work to do. And nobody better even mention the R word around him.
I would like a stripper for my birthday.
Meanwhile, in Fiji...
Meanwhile, back at the beach...
there was a coup. They say Fiji remains largely calm in the midst of an apparent coup. Here's Jeff Parry, a reporter.
Who is this gay Ramon?
From 7 Network in Australia.
What number?
Number 1.
Okay. I would like him to pop out of my birthday cake, gay Ramon.
No reports of casualties yet, although there has been reports of rioting and some looting in the capital. It's been reported that Fijian youths and young men have gone on a rampage through the capital. Several shops had been attacked.
Why is everyone rampaging?
I have no clue. I mean, isn't that supposed to be paradise and people are even angry?
Fiji?
There? Yeah.
Boy, if I paid a lot of money to go there on vacation, that was going on, I'd be
Just
pissed.
imagine.
By the way, in the upcoming issue of FHM magazine, whatever that is, they have a spread on Jamie Bergman and Lila Arcieri.
Is that right?
The 2 stars of Son of the Beach. And are the girls in swimsuit and short shorts.
Gotta change my list.
Wow. How's that, John?
Wow, holy mackerel.
Right.
Daddy
got out. No problem there.
Amazing what.
Here are the girls on the bed and in swimwear. See?
Not together. People will get the impression that they're on the bed together.
No.
2 separate pictures.
And here they are together drinking soda in their bras.
Oh, they are together there.
Beautiful. Okay? All right. Peace to your eyes.
Lucy Arnaz called Liz Smith because she wanted her to know.
Whoa.
That she and her brother Desi are not rich.
What do you mean? I just want him to feel at home.
Why?
What?
Lucy says that when Lucy died, she and her brother were not left tons of money. I don't understand it. Her mother's estate amounted to $22 million before taxes. She says the government took a big bite out of that. She and her brother got enough money to buy houses with a bit left over.
Oh, poor baby.
But believe you me, we're not rich.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Ethel Mertz has silk sheets.
She says she still has problems with producers who think that they don't have to pay her because she's rolling in dough. So she just wants everybody to know she's not rich.
All right.
How could Lucy only have $22 million?
And she carried a little purse.
The rest of us for my cigarettes.
Maybe she lived large while she was here.
You like that show, The Lucy Show?
Oh, no. Lucy sucked.
You think, what, did Desi have no money when he died?
And Desi had money. He didn't leave money to the kids?
Yeah, what's going on? What's up?
I don't buy any of it. Yeah. And excuse me, getting left a couple of million? You going to bitch about that?
Well, she just wants people not to think that she's rolling.
Oh,
I think she's so rich.
Mm-hmm. Well, good, now I'll ignore her.
I think it's all relative.
I was only paying attention to her because I thought she was rich.
The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, I don't know if you got one, but I got an invitation to some charity dinner That was for the William Cosby Foundation?
Yes, I got invited.
And I said, after everything that Bill Cosby had said about us, they have the nerve to send us these invitations?
Yeah, I declined. I didn't think I was welcome.
It's not that I'm happy that he lost his son or anything, but I think that we're not the people who should be on the guest list. Yeah. The mailing list. It's called the Hello Friend Foundation, and it's William Cosby.
Well, maybe he wants to put out the olive branch.
I don't know. I haven't received a personal call.
Well, I called him and I said, what are you guys thinking?
Good luck on your dinner. Good luck on your dinner, but don't expect much from me.
All right. So what else is in the news?
Clint Eastwood showed up on Capitol Hill yesterday. Why was he there?
Why? Why was he there?
He's upset with the laws governing handicapped accessibility and small business.
Well, who isn't?
Well, he says he's not upset with the disabled. Don't get him wrong.
Right.
He's upset with the lawyers who run around like vigilantes pretending to do good for the disabled so they can sue people. They get to take home money, but the disabled never get to collect anything. He said the lawyers ride off in a Mercedes and the disabled wheel away in their wheelchairs after these suits, and that the small business owner may not even know that he's not in compliance.
Right.
So he went to Capitol Hill with the help of a couple of other members of Congress. They would like to change the laws to give small business owners the opportunity to comply if they're found to be not in compliance. Others are arguing that, no other group has to tell somebody. If you walk into a restaurant as a gold nigger, let's say.
How is that?
As our friend John the Stutterer would say, and they throw you out, you don't have to inform anybody that they've broken the law.
I see.
But they would make the handicap do that if this bill were passed. So there seems to be some argument there. Meanwhile, a disabled man is suing for $18 million because he was fired. Just imagine this. This is a rather ungrateful situation. A longtime bank employee who was shot and paralyzed in a holdup has filed an $18 million lawsuit against his former bosses for allegedly firing him because he's disabled. He was shot in the robbery.
Well, so?
Bandu Patel, a computer programmer at the Swiss Bank Corporation since 1981, was the victim of a vicious mugging in November. After being shot in the spine, he returned to work as a paraplegic in a wheelchair. He received a number of commendations and raises even after he was paralyzed. But his physical condition started to worsen, and he had to spend a lot of time taking care of his medical needs. And when he showed up back at work again, he found that he had been fired, and they took him in his wheelchair and they pitched him out on the street.
Well, there you go.
So
what does that tell you?
He's suing for $18 million.
Vinny Favale, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, you know that Lucy's company, Desilu, used to own Star Trek?
Yes.
And Impossible.
And Mission Impossible?
Dick Van Dyke Show, Make Room for Daddy. They sold all the rights to Paramount before the shows, well before cable and syndication.
So she didn't make a lot of money.
She lost out on hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vinny.
Look at that.
So he agrees that Lucy is not rich.
All that coming from a guy who takes the bus into work.
Rudolph Giuliani, the mayor of New York, continues to be top of the news. He's still trying to decide what his cancer treatment should be, and he says all of the information that he's reading in the newspapers and hearing on news reports is not helping him make a decision. He says it's very difficult when you hear about the side effects and the repercussions of these surgeries and these feedings to then make a medical decision, and he wishes people would stop talking about it. So he still is no closer to making a decision. I don't know how long it's going to take. And he also says that he thinks he might have made a mistake when he did not show sympathy to the family of Patrick Dorismond when he was shot by police. So, Rudy, I guess, in a reflective mood. Here's Mayor Giuliani, number 4.
Okay.
I made a mistake. I should have also conveyed the human feeling that I had of compassion and loss for a mother, and I think if I could do it over again, I would try to have balanced it more.
There you go.
And he also defends his decision to announce the pending legal separation from his wife, number 5.
I said what I said because I felt it was necessary to say it. I explained it at the time. And the only way that I can think of to protect my private life, including all the people that are important to me, is to just not talk about it all.
So that's what's going on with Rudy. Is he?
He's smart. He's no Kathy Lee.
NBC last night.
Kathy Lee talks and talks and talks till she sounds ridiculous. There's nothing to say.
A town meeting. It's time for the Daytime Emmy Awards. This year, Susan Lucci, who was the perennial loser for a number of years and finally won last year, she is hosting the show.
Perennial loser, Jackie. They're talking about you.
Now Jackie's the only perennial loser.
Right.
Jonathan Rayner is the senior editor of TV Guide Online, and he explains how they decide who wins a Daytime Emmy. Number 2.
Yeah, let's hear this. How do they decide, Robin?
The Emmys are decided by a blue ribbon panel, which is basically a bunch of out-of-work or civic-minded actors who agree to be locked in a room all weekend to judge.
That's a blue panel.
Blue ribbon panel.
Blue ribbon panel? The out-of-work actors?
Tapes and tapes and tapes of what's been submitted for the nominees.
Wow. Well, there's a recommendation. And here he says Regis Philbin could be the man of the hour at this year's Emmy Awards.
What number?
Number 6.
He could be the man of the hour.
Yeah.
He's up for both game show host and talk show host, along with Kathy Lee Gifford. So technically, he could walk off with an armful of Emmys.
Game show is in daytime.
As the host for both shows.
But game shows are nominated in the daytime category.
Really?
There's no game show category at night.
Okay.
So I guess they had to nominate Regis. And fiery criticism has been leveled against the National Park Service for starting a controlled burn that quickly got out of hand in Los Alamos, New Mexico. The fire forced the evacuation of 25,000 people and destroyed more than 400 homes and more than 47,000 acres. The federal government itself is accepting blame. Here's Interior Secretary Bruce Babbitt. Number 7.
Sounds like a Polish campfire.
The report details many failures. It is unsparing in its analysis of multiple failures throughout.
You said I'm going to waste my whole day, yeah.
But did you hear about that? The government set a fire because they were going to remove some brush, and it almost burned down the whole place.
Yeah, so?
What?
That's not an exact science.
So they're supposed to know what
No, that's a horrible story. That's a horrible story. Don't you
Here's,
agree?
No, I think it's kind of funny.
Here's New Mexico Senator Pete Domenici, who's outraged by the whole thing.
Somebody must be held accountable. I'm not interested today in personalities or individuals. What I'm concerned about is how in the world did we get in this situation? And we got to get out of it, and we got to recompense our state.
All right, okay. Enough of his bitterness.
Those people, 400 people without home.
Wow, that's awful.
Jackie
has 5. I just want to remind people.
He has a few he could give to.
Ship them over.
Boeing is in the news today because federal regulators are ordering immediate inspections of all Boeing 767 aircraft for evidence of damage to the bolts that attach the engines to the wings. Here's a Boeing spokesperson, Liz Verdier, who says there's a reason for the directive.
An airline operator in a regularly scheduled maintenance program found these cracked bolts and immediately reported them.
They are now going to inspect all of the aircraft. I think there are about 120 767s registered in the United States. They say that it's a rather quick inspection, and we hope it doesn't delay travel at the nation's airports. Also in the news, Woody Allen has a new movie opening today. It's called Small Time Crooks. Stars Woody and Hugh Grant and a few other people. Here's Hugh, who was asked if he liked to be directed, or what is it like to be directed by Woody Allen.
Surprisingly quiet. I would imagined kind of noisy, but he's very, very silent and very old. Says almost nothing, which in fact gives you.
They say the movie's horrible in the newspaper, and that Woody Allen
has lost it.
Has lost it. and he looks every bit his 64 years.
Every second of it.
Me too. Okay, Tracy Ullman is also in the film. What's the toughest part of working for Woody Allen? Number 18.
The tough thing for actors working with Woody Allen is that they're kind of so daunted and they're so flattered to be chosen to work with him because it is one of the actors,
The toughest part about working with Woody Allen is protecting your daughters.
And then they get terribly scared when they get to finally meet him. Because he's not and then you see at a casting session and he says, oh, let's do this, and like hanging out.
You're a Woody Allen fan, John Steinberg?
No, I think he blows.
You don't like him.
Here's Woody himself, who says that even though he was working on a comedy, he still had time to worry.
These are funny people, and so it's an enjoyable thing, and so as soon as I find that there's something wrong with him.
Yes.
I trust it. I start to think, if it's no pain, no gain. I mean, I think, my God, if it's not agonizing and we're not all sitting around thinking this will.
He nauseates me. How could Mia Farrow give herself that?
He used to be a funny man. Road Trip.
Yes.
New movie produced by Ivan Reitman.
Getting very good reviews today.
Yes, it is. And Ivan says women have changed since the days when he made Animal House. I don't know what he means by that, but we'll hear. Number 12.
It's not about, that whether we drank or smoked more then or now, or we had more sex then and now, but there are sort of natural kind of small, subtle language differences and ritual differences. And I think the biggest difference is the attitude of women and sex today as opposed to then. I think women today seem to be much more openly accepting of sex. They easily say that.
Where's Ivan getting this? Where did he do this survey, on the internet? Look at Ivan thinking about. What are you saying? Women seem to be.
Women seem to want sex.
Not if you're John the Stutterer. Right. You haven't seen a difference, have you?
Oh, no.
No,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Not since the 60s. Have you seen a change?
This just sounds like a guy who's been married a long time.
They like it, that they want it, and I think the attitude
they want it.
Sort of the Beth character in this movie, sort of.
All right, I'm going to stop that right now. He's saying way too much. Anyway, I'd like to see his top 10 list. We might have to call him.
Yeah. The Dukes of Hazzard. Hazzard in Hollywood airs tonight on CBS. Who called for this? In this cut,
come on,
John Schneider, one of the original Dukes, says there's an advantage to owning the General Lee.
I'm a car nut, and one of my favorite cars certainly is my General Lee. And
anyone ever watch this?
For the show,
I told you I
got to rent it back to Warner Brothers.
The 2-hour Duke of Hazzard. Are you going to have Catherine Bach and all that?
Oh yeah.
All right, well. So you watch it for the guys in tight pants. All those guys are 50 years old now.
Asses are very wide now. I don't want to see that. Cheech Marin is in the news today because Nash Bridges, his TV show starring Don Johnson, is about to air its 100th episode. And what does that mean, Howard?
It means the country's got insane.
One of the most knowledgeable technical person I've ever met.
Who is?
More than any.
Don Johnson?
Don Johnson's the most knowledgeable technical person he ever met.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who he's met.
Hey, buddy, you need to roll a joint. All right, come on. I don't want to hear him talk about Don Johnson.
Oh, dear. The Linda McCartney story, you mentioned that earlier. It's on Sunday night on CBS.
I want to hold your
Elizabeth Mitchell is the one who got to play Linda. So how did she research her role?
I had an amazing amount of video research. She did so much. She did her vegetarian meals.
She took pictures of Paul. What else did she do?
She made pictures of Paul.
Oh, that's right. And then sometimes she took pictures of Paul.
$100 million.
It's a whole movie of her taking pictures of Paul. As a matter of fact, they say even in the review, it's so boring because she's taking pictures of Paul.
Pictures of Paul and vegetarian meals.
Right.
Her animal activism is amazing. There's a lot of footage on her. She is such a person in her own right. Such an interesting person in her own right.
Thank you.
Sure. That's why the movie turned out so well.
All right, this guy's got 1 star.
Dinosaur also opens today, getting very good.
I'm dying to see that.
Alfre Woodard is one of the voices in the film. And she says that...
What, the dinosaurs talk?
Yes.
I don't know that. Oh. Any of them stutter?
Dinosaurs.
When I see them, they're very...
Very
sensual and powerful and yeah.
You gonna go see dinosaurs, dude?
No, I hate movies.
You don't like it? What about road tripping? Are you gonna go see that even?
Oh, no.
No, all right.
He doesn't like movies. What do you like?
Poontang.
Yeah, that and classic rock and you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it, huh? Okay, Barry Williams, who was the original Greg Brady, will be taking us behind the scenes of the show tonight. He wrote a best-selling book, and that's what this TV movie is based on, called Growing Up Brady. Here, Barry tells us what he wants fans to know about this show.
Don't we know enough about this show?
I think the most important thing is that you will see the difference between the characters and the people. And
dude, you got to get a new career.
He's still trying to make that split. And yesterday, UPN announced their fall lineup, and of course the association with the WWF will continue. So Vince McMahon was there, and he assures China at the press conference that she won't have to show as much cleavage next season.
China, with your voluptuous physique, never again will you have to wear those tiny little outfits that show all your cleavage.
Oh, well, Vince, I thought I looked really good in those tiny little outfits.
I think you do, but...
Oh, geez.
Well, China, you absolutely do. But you see, the TNA segment this year on SmackDown will be replaced by a WWF superstar each and every week reading a special sonnet from the ring.
He threw her out a window.
Because of that great acting?
Yeah. They're good, those two.
And finally today, there's...
That dialogue sounded like porno movies without sex.
Yeah, without the bad music.
Right.
Darren Star.
Oh.
Who is a producer. He's doing a new show that's a takeoff on 90210. It's called Grosse Pointe.
Oh, from Detroit.
Yeah, coming on this season. And he's very smart because he hired Randy Spelling.
His son.
Aaron Spelling's son to be a star in the show. So
all right, very smart. Thank you, Robin. Weekend and John the Stutterer. Thank you. What are you going to do this weekend? Anything special?
I'll probably...
He'll be trying to get this sentence out.
Weekend over.
No, I'll probably just choke the chicken.
All right. That poor chicken.
Oh, and the Knicks play tonight.
Right, got to watch that.
Time.
Jackie Penthouse, Joke Page Martley, I know you're going to be busy this weekend counting all your money.
Yeah, he'll be choking his chicken.
His 4 Filthy Oleo, no, he'll be counting all that money he makes from his 4 Filthy Oleo CDs and cassettes.
Afford to pay something.
That's right, at the warehouse. Call 1-800-323-KING, Saturday, July 29th at the casino, Jackie the Jokeman at Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. Wow, Jackie. For MP3 audio and Filthy 3D Jokeman, visit jokeland.com. Thank you, Mike Walker, for calling in today. Don't forget about Mike's novel, Malicious Intent, A Hollywood Fable, is in bookstores now or available at Amazon.com. Also, we'll be marrying off that porn star very soon. See Gary Dell'Abate in Vegas this weekend. Tonight at the Spearmint Rhino Gentlemen's Club.
Stutterer would like to marry a porn star.
Yeah, I would, actually.
Yeah. Also, Extreme Radio Concert on Saturday, Gary Dell'Abate. Don't miss Stuttering John and the Donkey Show every Thursday night. For more information, go to stutteringjohn.com. And, I don't know, of course, Kid Rock. I mean, what can you say? And Uncle Cracker. Uncle Cracker's new album sounds good. Maybe I'll play a little of that on the way out.
What was the single called? Because that's all that's available.
Yeah, the single's out. It's called, I'll tell you the name of it. It's called Yeah, Yeah, Yeah.
That's right.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was good. And also, who else came in today? Somebody else was here, but I don't remember.
Girls.
You think Prince for his press conference? That was funny. We like that. All right, here's a little Uncle Cracker for
Bye.